Good evening, party people, and welcome back to Dream Daddy, a game about dreaming of daddies, which is actually a slightly inaccurate statement. We're not actually dreaming about daddies. We're trying to date the daddies of our dreams. That's kind of the shtick of the game. Tonight's dad of choice, at least my dad of choice, is Matt with a single T. I thought maybe it was short for Matthew. I misspoke. I think I've misspoken during a previous stream, or at the very least a little advertisement that came out beforehand, letting everybody know that, hey, we're streaming tonight. I see Annie out there tonight, and Emily as well, and Brett as well, who's just eaten a half pint of coffee ice cream and reporting for duty, short for Matthew with a single T, or at least we hope so. So before we get into things, Matthew is a bit of a barista boy. He does coffee stuff. He perfects his cold brew setups. He's big into music and stuff. Stays up late pondering about... What do you think about? You think about commas in songs. Where do they come and where do they go? Cotton Eye Joe. But alas, we're not there just yet, as we always do with things around here. We have to first take a step back, not to the coffee bar, but to the bar, which for some reason my things seem to be out of sync. I was like, my setup, the cold brew? What am I talking about? The cocktail angle was up for some reason. I think I had those out of sync, which is odd. So because Matt is indeed a coffee lad, an absolute coffee lad, tonight we're doing coffee-based cocktails, specifically an espresso-martini. I have not had an espresso-martini made here at the Bar with an X since I think it was the last iteration of the Bar with an X. We were at the old apartment when the Bar with an X was still just a little tiny folding table, which is actually holding up glasses on the side. It's very, very poetic. Matthias, the short name for that. But it got me thinking that I haven't had espresso martini in a hot minute. And I think one of the reasons for that... Oh, actually, I think we did a Ferrero Rocher espresso martini once upon a time here. Anyways, it escapes me. I don't usually consume caffeine past the hour of 8 o'clock p.m., but for a boy like this, why not? Also because I had found, finally, a proper means of utilizing this whipping shaker, this whipping apparatus, specifically to show you guys that apparently you can rapidly infuse coffee, which you can use with, lo and behold, cold temperature water to create rapid cold brew. So I was curious. I have my own cold brew recipe that I'm going to share with y'all. I have this beautiful set of beans that I got from Baltimore, and they taste absolutely amazing. And then there's other ways of making like cold coffee. And so I want to see how bad cold brew coffee, which is made on the spot, versus rapid cold brew coffee versus proper 24-hour patience cold brew coffee all do in espresso martinis. Specifically, the espresso martini recipe that I'll be trying to follow is Jeffrey Morganthaler's espresso martini recipe, which I've never seen before, but adds a little bit of lemon in there, adds a bit of your favorite coffee liqueur. I think in his case it was Kahlua. In my case, it's Mr. Black. We'll be getting to that. He'll keep you up all night anyways. Of course he will. I don't know exactly where we're going with that. Maybe it's with his like sick tunes or whatever. 24 hours is a lot of hours. It's a lot of hours, depending on the way that you do your cold brew. I am a very busy person, so I wind up keeping... Actually, before we even get onto that, let's go to the actual recipes itself. Let me move myself to OBS. I clicked the wrong button. This is the correct desktop. Thank you very much. That was wild for a second. Let's go to recipe number... next. If I do next, it works, right? Yes, indeed it does. The first thing that I'm going to show you all before I whip out the Easy Whipper, before I whip out anything else of this coffee stuff, is I'm going to show you all, I'm just going to tell you all how I make my own cold brew. So this is my little bottle of cold brew. No, it is in fact not black Bacardi rum that I've dyed via artificial means or just sticking charcoal into it. Instead, this is just the little bottle that I use for all of my cold brew. I tend to make about, evidently, 750 milliliters of cold brew in a particular week. Sometimes it lasts me a single week, sometimes a week and a half, depending on what other things that I use in the meantime. And I kind of just swap out the beans that I use depending on what's available. But I've settled upon one that I really, really, really enjoy. And the particular beans that I'm referring to, if I can pop over the cocktail angle, this is a little bag. We were hanging around Baltimore, Maryland, Anna and I in our little mini moon, when I came across this little Black Acres roastery stand, and I'm not sponsored by them in the least, but their coffee is just that good. I got a little thing of cold brew, and I was sipping along with it, and we were walking around the little marketplace, and I was like, that's fucking good. That's really, really good. It kind of tasted like fruits in a way that I've never had in a coffee before. And so I went back to the stand. I was like, you've got to tell me that you're selling these beans, and I need you to tell me how you made it. And although I'm not following their recipe, I followed my own recipes. I took the beans home with me. I ground them up in this little contraption that I have back here, which is a little coffee grinder that's got an adjustable grindness setting on it. And I wound up making my own cold brew out of this stuff. And it's delightful. This is actually probably the first set of beans that I've used to make cold brew that I think I might actually order some more of specially. I love it. It's a very light coffee flavor. It has powerful notes of what you would consider to be fruitier notes in your coffee. When I had it the first time, it kind of tasted like apricot and pineapple and a little bit of pear. And recently, I think it was also had some of those other fruitier notes more recently, but it's been sitting for a little bit. So we'll see exactly how those taste before we actually make our espresso martini. All right, actually, we'll see how it tastes right now. We're already this far into it. So my cold brew, the way that I usually make my cold brews is I will take my beans. I will take my Cuisinart particular coffee grinder. I used to use another grinder, but I couldn't get the grounds to like the correct consistency. I put it to the coarsest setting. And on the coarsest setting, I put it all the way to the maximum level of coffee, and I just kind of pour in beans fresh into the hopper until the thing stops grinding. I put all of that coffee, please excuse me, I don't exactly know how many grams that is, but according to the Cuisinart manual, the 18 setting is enough for 18 cups of coffee, which I think is like 2.3 liters, I think, in total. And I put it into this container, which I don't think holds more than maybe a single liter, if that at all. I take as much coffee grounds on the coarsest settings for 18 cups of coffee, and I put it into this container, and then I fill the rest all the way up with cold filtered water. And then I cap it off, I put it in my refrigerator, and I let it sit there for about 24 hours. Your mileage may vary, depending on what your cold brew method is, but I found, at least for me, keeping my process more or less consistent allows me to get a better idea of how the different coffees that I put into it wind up tasting. And I was really happy to find that after I took these beans home with me and used my method for my cold brew, that it tasted pretty much as good as it tasted when we got it in Baltimore. And I was super happy about that. I love it so much. Jay Swizzle says, I think that's 2 liters. The Bacardi's 1.75 liters. This one here is, you're probably right. I think I said it was 750, but this is 1.75 liters. So this one looks like it might be, give it like 2. I know I measured this once before, but it doesn't have any label on it of how much it stores. I want to say this held 8 of some unit. And I don't remember what unit that is. If anybody is very particularly interested in this, I will most likely, if I remember, put it in the on-topic channel of the Discord later, because now that I'm this far into it, and I can't articulate what the actual recipe is, and I've just sold you on how good it is, this cold brew. It's also really powerful, too. And I drink about 1.5 cups of this every morning, which could be a bit of a problem. But in any case, I've tempted you all with the details, and if I don't deliver, I don't deliver, and that reflects poorly on this whole entire process over here. But that's how we would make my particular cold brew. The way that I make my cold brew, I have no idea what the caffeine content is on this. It varies depending on the roast of your coffee. It varies depending on the coarseness of your coffee, the amount of coffee, the amount of water and dilution and whatnot. And technically the amount of time that it stands to steep in the refrigerator determines how caffeinated it is. 24 hours, at least from what I've been told, is a relatively strong brew. I've had stronger, relatively speaking, unfortunately speaking, and I found that at least I did have one batch of cold brew with this particular set of beans where it was very, very bitter. It was not fruity the way that I remember it to be, and I let it steep for too long. I think I let it steep for almost 3 days, and that was not the right idea. So this is the cold brew coffee that I make, specifically featuring Black Acres Roastery, Winter Acres whole bean coffee. I don't remember where this is from. I know the beans are roasted in Baltimore, Maryland, but I don't know what the origin of the beans are. So that's cold brew number 1. Cold brew number 1 is this little bottle of Bacardi over here, my cold brew. And my cold brew, the way that I've made it, 24 hours, exactly the process that I just described, smells cinnamony, which is, that's awesome. Oh, it's a very light flavor. It's almost a little of citrus, not sour, of citrus. It's got nice notes of toffee to it, a little bit of caramel, and I'm getting those dry aspects of almost a candied, slightly pear-like today. All this the day before National Kahlua Day. Coincidence? Yes. I had no idea tomorrow was National Kahlua Day. Look at that. And screw Kahlua. Oh boy, we got Mr. Black. I had, actually, lo and behold, there is, well, actually, let me, cold brew. Cold brew number 1, down. So that's actually interesting. Let me go on to the next recipe over. Actually, if I can have a mod go to the next recipe, we'll cover the next cold brew recipe that we'll do, which is going to be made utilizing a French press and ice. This is, we'll get to it. But actually, my first experience with Kahlua started something like this. It was my first collection of bottles, and I went to this, I acquired bottles from the liquor store through one mean or another, and I said, I want coffee liqueur. And what I got back was this bottle that said Kahlua Mudslide. They asked what kind of coffee liqueur you want. I said, I know the bottle says Kahlua. And I got this murky, tall, 1.75 liter bottle of Kahlua Mudslide. And I remember making some of my initial cocktails with it, a bit of like a Black Russian, White Russian. I think I just kind of put some coffee and stuff in there. And I was like, this is weird, because it's creamy, and I kind of drink my coffee black. At the time, I was drinking more lattes, but as my flavor palette evolved over time, I was like, this is weird. This doesn't taste like coffee, it tastes like a latte. And that's because the Mudslide bottle is coffee cream liqueur, not the actual coffee liqueur that you would get from a regular Kahlua bottle. I see Willpower popping in over the YouTube side. Hello there, finally here. Welcome in for the beginning segment, where we go over cocktail recipes. I didn't even know National Kahlua Day was a thing. Neither did I. That was wild. You made drinks from a premix. Dang, apparently I did. And I thought that it was the regular mix. But this was very early mixology, very early Cameron, before he even had the X in his name that he put there, because why the hell not? And I didn't really know cocktail mixology yet. So at the time, I didn't know better, and I didn't really like it. And that bar, I think that bottle of Kahlua Mudslide lasted until, I want to say late until last year, about 3 or 4 months ago, when I finally was like, I need to get rid of this. And I used it all up. I finally got it out of my bar. It was a cream liqueur. It sat around for way too long, to be perfectly honest, almost 2.5 years. We've evolved since then. But dang, I have bourbon cream in the fridge. That's if I'm correct in saying, cream liqueurs in the fridge is the way to go. Do I follow that rule? Not really. I don't have enough fridge space. Otherwise, I'd be monopolizing everything. Finally home from work, just in time for the stream. Willpower, you came in right after a hard day's work. It sounds to me like you could use a drink. So let's hurry on to the next segment then. To make another type of cold brew is the way that I was originally introduced to how to make iced coffee on your own. You quite literally take coffee and you add it to ice. And that is a way to do it. But it's got a couple of drawbacks. One of the drawbacks is naturally you dilute your coffee. If you have a caffeination level, it gets diluted a little bit. It winds up knocking down per volume of liquid. The flavors can be adjusted in a way that is akin to dilution, and it's not necessarily the best way to get the most bang for your buck out of coffee, especially cold brew, which tends to be more on the not so acidic side, which when you're rapidly, when you use hot water, it takes out more of those acidic pieces of the coffee, and because it's a very aggressive process, it can have sometimes a very, very intense flavor to it. And adding the coffee to the ice and stuff just kind of ruins the whole experience. It's not really cold brew. It's not as strong as cold brew would be made the other way, and that's just one way of doing it. And so we're going to utilize a kind of colded brew coffee. It's brewed coffee, but then we put it on ice and we let it cool and come to room temperature, and we use that as cold brew number 2, a sort of colded French press brew, which I don't really like. So let's make colded brew, which just makes from French press coffee, right? I have my little Cuisinart over here. I'm going to set this to a mid-coarse grind setting, putting it all the way to the very end. I don't want a lot of this coffee. I actually want to measure this out by the gram, but I don't know how to do that in conjunction with this machine over here. So that's what we'll go with. I think it's unneeded, but cold is good. Yeah, tempted to put that Somras chai in the coffee. Ooh, the Somras? Dude, Amy Chai was over here the other day, and we were talking cream liqueurs. Somras is a wonderful chai cream liqueur, and it tastes amazing. Let's see. Science says you don't have to refrigerate your cream liqueurs, but taste buds say otherwise. To each their own. To each their own. It definitely depends on what the environment is, too. If you live in a very, very hot environment, and that cream is coming up to a very high temperature, and perhaps going very, very down into the evenings, and if there's a big temperature differential, there can definitely be potential side effects to keeping your cream liqueurs, at the very least, not at a consistent temperature and humidity. But let's make some coffee here, right? So the way that I usually do it is I will add beans fresh to my hopper. There's a little bit of beans left in there. I'm not gonna stick my whole finger in because there's a burr down there. It grinds things up. I don't want my finger being ground up. I'll put this on the lowest setting, and I'm just gonna kind of let it grind until it's done. Again, a mid-course setting, which is usually recommended for French press. So let's go with that. Sound warning, it's gonna get a little loud. That's apparently all the coffee we needed. There really wasn't a lot. So this should be supposedly be enough for 4 cups of coffee. I'm only trying to make 12 ounces. So I'm going to use half of this in here. And I think there's a particular... Did I have a particular... I did not. Cool. I did not put any particular gram meters in here. Now I have my French press over here. And we're just going to, quite simply, I'm going to try to measure out, like, whatever is half in this container. That's not going to be very easy to do from my little thing right here because it's all dirty and stuff, and it's got, like, bits of the grind and stuff on it. So I have another container over here that I'm going to utilize to try to measure things out a little bit differently. I have a little scale. I'm going to put a little thing up on my scale. Pop that here, turn it on. I'm going to use a little funnel just to make sure that I'm getting all my grounds into the container. We're starting off at 0. Let's see how much grounds we got. How many grams of coffee we have. We've got a total of 14.9 grams of coffee. So I want to utilize 7 grams in here. So I'm just going to kind of pour off until I have, is it 7.5? 7.5 grams in here. So I'll pour off a bit of it. Re-go back. What are we at now? I put too much coffee in there. I'm at 5.9 now. That's okay. I'll cap this off and take this coarse grind, and I'll use it again for another thing of coffee. That's what I'll do. Put this off to the side, and now, to make your French press, let me move you off to the side, pop you over here. Use our French press. We're just gonna add, it's actually, that's not a lot of coffee. That is not a lot of coffee. I'm gonna put the whole thing in there. I like my coffee strong anyways. There we go. Oh, Brad says taste buds are always smarter than the science, so they say. Taste buds are correct. Taste buds are correct. Oh, well, hold on. When it comes to subjectivity, what is correct and otherwise? And I'm trying to put 12 ounces of liquid in here, just like any good cooking show. I heated up the water beforehand. So I got hot water over my kettle over here that's been steaming off stream. And we're gonna put that up to the 12-ounce mark. Depending on your French press, adding hot water to a cold French press might potentially break the glass a little bit. And if you saw the little crack in it, you already know that I made that mistake at least once. Put this back over here, and our French press is going to just kind of steep in the background for a little while. I'm gonna pop it over here as it conducts its steepage. Go back to the main menu. Hello over here. Everybody's back. I'm gonna reset up my thing over here, and we're gonna talk about another type of way to do your cold brew. Honestly, the one that I'm looking most forward to this time. Strong, the ice will dilute it, go strong. Although I may have traditional gin and tonic, what Brad was saying before. Strong like your daddy's. Matt seems pretty strong. They all seem pretty strong. Joseph was hot last week. Willpower says, I'm not a coffee drinker, but always interested in the drinks you make. Well, thank you, Willpower. Now, the same lessons that I'm going over here apply very similarly to the world of tea. I know Willpower is a tea drinker, specifically the astute orange Picot, which is like the tiny, tiny parts of the tea plant. It's relatively higher valued and, I guess, lower in number because it's the tiny parts of the plant. You kind of nip it at the top. But the same lessons apply here, especially when it comes to tea that has been ground up to like a powder. The smaller the powder, the more intense the flavor is. You relatively lower the steep time. A lot of these lessons are interchangeable between the tea world, the coffee world, and pretty much any world that involves infusion. The same lessons I'm applying here also apply to daddies. That they do. If your daddies are smaller, they have relatively more surface area compared to their volume. I think I'm not a geometry major. I could be wrong on that. But anyways, I digress. We're going to rapidly infuse our daddies this time. Excuse me. We're going to rapidly infuse our coffee this time utilizing this beautiful whipper. that I got access to. I think this came into my possession sometime over the holiday season. I've used it a couple of times so far, and the thought occurred to me that if you can rapidly infuse lavender into gin, if you can rapidly infuse mint into tequila, you can probably rapidly infuse coffee into water. Can you French press tea? You absolutely can. Actually, I've seen a tea container. It came from Disney. It was the Mad Hatter tea, which had, I think, candleberries and gooseberry or stuff in it. It came in a little tiny French press container. It's downstairs, but I don't know where it is. If I remember that, I will try to put a picture of that up as well. But yeah, you can totally French press tea. And actually, that tea blend came with a tiny little French press. And it was the cutest little thing. But so, we have our whipped cream maker. Essentially, what you would normally do is you put a bit of sugar in here, a little bit of water in here, a little bit of cream in here, sometimes an egg, depending on what kind of consistency you're making in your whipped cream or foams. You charge it up with a nitrogen charge, and what that will do is it will increase the pressure inside of the container, taking whatever the liquid is, pushing it inside of whatever the solid. Excuse me. Back up a second. It takes the liquid ingredients and quite literally, using the pressure, pushes it inside of the solid ingredients, and when you vacate the chamber of all the pressure, it rips all that liquid back out of it, taking a lot of the flavor components with it. So the key here is you want to increase the pressure so that there is an area in the container that is, lo and behold, applying pressure to those ingredients to combine them all together and blend the different states that are in there, liquid, solid, gas, superfluid, whatever. And then you let that sit and infuse for a little bit. And then you want to, as fast as possible, without making a mess, rapidly void the chamber of its pressure so that it quite literally rips all those flavor components out of whatever your solid was. So we're going to give that a try here. I have not done this live yet. This will be my first time trying it. So we're going to see how that actually works. The first thing that we're going to need to do is, instead of using medium grind for our coffee, I'm going to use the coarsest possible setting because we're treating this more similarly to our traditional cold brew approach because it actually is cold, and that infusion process that usually happens via just normal thermodynamics is going to happen a lot quicker because of a different environment inside of the container. So I'll do the exact same thing that I did before, but I'm going to measure things out a little more explicitly this time. We got about 18 grams of coffee from the 4 setting on this Cuisinart maker. So I want to get about, what was my measurement? 72 grams. So Alexa, what is 72 divided by 18? I hate you. Alexa, what is 72 divided by 18? Oh, it's exactly 4. It's 4. So instead of 4, we're going to bump it up to, there is 12, 14, not 18, 16. Yeah, that's how it is. I hope that works. And then we're going to measure things out properly. It's 4? It's 4. Okay. Okay, guys. It's 4. I'm an electrical engineering major. You think I'm good at math. I'm not. Anyways, fine. So we're going to take this container again. We're going to do more coffee grounds. I gotta be honest, y'all. You could have been a lot quicker than that. Even the machine, which didn't hear me the first time, was faster. Shake my head. It stops on its own. I can't stop it. I ran out of coffee. Can't believe I ran out of coffee. That's so incredible. 69, 42, 4. What 4? To be safe, we'll shout out random numbers. Oh, man. Well, I ran out of this bean. I need to get more coffee, apparently. This is really good coffee. I want to make sure that everybody knows that I used the last of this really, probably my favorite coffee that I've ever had in this apartment on you guys. Specifically so I can put it in a high pressure container and hopefully not screw it up on the first try. So that's just, I love you guys. I love you guys. So now that that has done its process, we're going to hopefully take, what was it, 72 grams? 72 grams worth of stuff and put it into our whipped cream maker. I need to turn this thing off for a moment. Take another container, put it over the top of it. Also, J Swizzle, that is an amazing emoji. The fact that it comes with the 6 and the 9, that's classy. I've never seen it classier, actually. Let's add all of our coffee and hopefully have 72 ounces. If we don't actually have 72 ounces, I guess we're just gonna have to do math again. That seems a hell of a lot more than, oh my God, that's a lot more than 72 ounces of coffee. What the, wow. Oh, it's 67.2. Well then. Alexa, what is 67.2 divided by 72? $0.9333. Alexa, what is 0.9333 times 12? $11. Do 11 ounces. That's what we're gonna do. 11 ounces to all this coffee. All this coffee. I will not need to utilize this coffee grinder anymore. So let's put this thing away. It ate up all my coffee. 4. The answer is 4. It was actually 11 in this case. Sorry about that. I'm gonna go put this away. I don't need it anymore. No more grinding of coffee. No more grinding daddies today. How unfortunate. So we're gonna take all of this coffee and we're gonna add it all to this container, utilizing that funnel that I just voided into the bucket, into this container. All of that, all that coffee. All that coffee, just put it in there. Coarse ground coffee. It's going all into our container. Now we will add 11 ounces of filtered water, cold filtered water. Put my little measuring thing off to the side. I don't need that anymore. Let's get a few ounces. How many ounces do we have? I have a 2-ounce container. This one's the 2-ounce, right? That it is. Let's use water. This is cold filtered water. Yeah, I just filled this up before stream. We have, and if you want to count along, you're able to, 2. Here's the number. 4. Yeah, you got it. 6. 8. I need more water. 10, then 11. Very impressive skip counting, Cam. Thank you. 10, and then 11. And then we need like, what, 0.1? I don't know. There we go, that's it. That's all we need. That's all we need in there. Great. All right, water goes back off to the side. We now have in our container, you guessed it, coffee, bean, water. Now what we need to do is seal our, we're gonna give it a little bit of a, just a little agitation to make sure that all those grounds are completely and utterly saturated. We'll screw on our container top. I hopefully didn't overfill this thing. If I overfilled it, we'll find out. And now we need a nitrogen charge. We're gonna use 1 charge of nitrogen, let it sit in there for just about a minute or so, just enough for us to take our French press it, put it over some ice, and let that cool for a little bit. But we need nitrogen charges, and I keep nitrogen charges right, get over here. Here you go, buddy. Pikachu always keeps a couple of whippets up his party hat. Put that on here, and we just kind of, once we make sure it's all tight, pop on, let it go. There we go. Nitrogen charge. Duh. Now what we're gonna do is just kind of let it sit around a little bit. Just gonna agitate it ever so slightly. Just give it a little bit of a shake. Make sure everything is all nice and contained in there. And we're gonna let that sit for just a minute over here, safely, hopefully not voiding itself into the microphone. That's smart with the Pikachu hat. He's the smart one, not me. Now, let's prepare cold brew number 2, which is French press coffee, which I've pressed like the French do. And I put that over ice. I'll take this little container here and I'm just gonna fill it up with ice. So it is nice and cold. I just kind of want to dilute this. I'm doing this on purpose. This is not the good cold brew. The good cold brew is in my Bacardi container. But the good cold brew could also be in the whipper right now. I'm not so sure. It could be in one of 2 locations right now. And I will be surprised in one case and not surprised in the other case. Okie dokie. Now let's just pour our stuff in here. We're just making iced coffee. We're just making cold-ish coffee. And then we'll strain that like we do any other stirred cocktail and just pour it out via a julep strainer. Is this going to be perfectly strained? Not really. Exclamation point help. Looks like you need to try help. I don't have a help command, you're right. It was shocking that Pikachu had that. Pikachu's a fucking party animal. Of course he's got the whippets. In any case, we're gonna let that chill. Continue to chill. We'll put our French press equipment away. Now that our container has sit for a little while, it's had a chance to infuse, we'll agitate it a little bit more. We're gonna take rapidly infused cocktail stuff. Rapidly infused cold brew. Recipe 2. Recipe space 2. Recipe space 2 will go back to the first cold brew. Recipe space 3 will go to the French press cold brew. Recipe space 4 will stay here. Oh, no, recipe 1 is the actual cocktail. Anyways, I feel like help or similar should rickroll. Wouldn't it be funny? Does it mean a party Pokemon? Shocking? Pikachu needs like a surfboard, seriously. So now, I'm just going to make sure that I take all of the air inside of this, and I'm just gonna avoid it. It's not even air at this point, it's nitrogen with a little bit of air inside. I'm gonna void it all out till it's completely devoid of pressure, and then I'm gonna pour that over top of this little filter that I have over here, and let the coffee filter through as normal because it's gonna have a bunch of grounds. Watch your eyeballs. I'm gonna watch my eyeballs so well that I'm just going to void the contents into this little mixing glass that I have over here, and I'm gonna put it over top of this, so if any liquid actually winds up coming out, it'll flow into the container down below. There we go. Honestly, not a lot of squirting at all. That worked out really, really well. Don't shatter the glass. Oh my god. You fear so much. And now that it's devoid of pressure. No joke, tomorrow is actually National Pokemon Day. Wait, what? National Pokemon Day and National Kahlua Day? That's pretty cool, actually. Pikachu, you know what time it is. Whippets! Now we'll pour that. Got a cool little smoke effect coming out. And strain that as you would other coffee. So, oh, there goes all the grounds. There we go. There's all the grounds. Woo! Smells like a party. And parties smell like nitrous oxide. Pokemon presents tomorrow too. No, this is so cool. Love that callback right there. Dude, excellent, excellent things. So now, just gonna let this strain out a little bit. We have 3 different types of cold brew that we've made. I have my recipe of how to create cold brew coffee, which is essentially you take as coarse ground coffee as you can muster, you put it into a container with filtered water, and you let that sit in the refrigerator for about 24 hours, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, depending on what you do, and then you completely strain it out. For, in my opinion, not cold brew, cold-ed brew, it's basically just iced coffee. You make coffee however you want to. In this case, I utilize the French press, and you put it over ice and let that come up to ice cold temperatures. We're actually going to go back to recipe number 1 for the actual cocktail. The third way to make cold brew, at least in this case, is by rapidly infusing it. You could use a whipper such as this guy. I forget the thing is actually down below here. And you do it just like any other rapid infusion. And then you let that strain out, and you should have a brown liquid out the bottom. That is our rapidly infused cold brew. Cold brew because it is kind of chilly right now and a bit nitrogenated. Actually kind of works out. So now we have the 3 different types of cold brew, which is great because I think I wanted more cold brew. We're gonna make espresso martinis 3 different ways using 3 different types of cold brew. How's about that for interesting? I think it's pretty cool. Little says whip it good. So the other things that we're going to need for our espresso martini, specifically Jeffrey Morganthaler's espresso martini. I don't think I've ever specifically tried any cocktails by Jeffrey Morganthaler, and I wish I could give a bit more context of who this man actually is. A revolutionary in terms of the world of cocktails, one of the greats. That's about all I know. I don't know much about his stuff and whatnot, but any other experienced like mixologist or cocktail aficionado could go into much more details. And if you give him a Google search, a lot of his stuff will pop up. I want to say that he's a contemporary bartender, one towards either the, I think, early 1920s maybe, but I might be totally wrong about that. I have no idea. But his espresso martini uses traditionally Kahlua, vodka, a lemon twist that's expressed into our cocktail shaker, and then you add some cold brew on top of it. Not really espresso. Not technically a martini if we go back to the gin, aside from the vodka, because there's no vermouth and stuff in here, but delicious nonetheless. This is one of those more like modern martinis where it is a drink that is awesome, and it has vodka or gin in it. I think that's wonderful. Contemporary, a century old. I don't know, dude. The humans have been around for millions of years now. We're drinking tonight, and I'm only partially caffeinated. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shake all of these. So I'm gonna grab a couple of shaker tins. 1, 2, and 3. 3 shaker tins. That one's I want them all to be homogeneous looking. There we go. We got 3 shaker tins. There we go. 3 of them all in a row. Let's take them all out. We'll add our ingredients accordingly. If I can properly keep track of things, we're gonna try to do. This is my cold brew. This is French press colded brew, and this is Nitro Rapid Cold Brew. And I wish I could show you, I didn't do the rapid nitro cold brew technique because it looks really, really cool. If instead of voiding out the air into the glass, you just void the liquid into the glass, it looks super cool. And we'll do that at some point, but we didn't do it this evening. You need a labeler machine, or I could just use like, I don't know, what are these things, you know? Here we go. Here, let's just do this, right? I have, what was it? This was mine. This one's mine. This one is mine. This one is, I don't know, FR for France, because it's French. And then we got, that's just manual labor. Yeah. And this one is N2O. There we go. N2O. My cap fell on the floor. Specifically for the sake of the labelage. Now that we have our ingredients, let's go grab our stuff. I need some ice. I'm gonna put a big cube in one, and I'll put some little cubes in them too. Each one of these gets a big cube. Each one of these also gets 2 little cubes. Here's 2 little cubes for you. Here's 2 little cubes for you. And here's 2 little cubes for you. And there we go. Next, what we're gonna do is add all of our ingredients. Every single one of these gets a full ounce, 30 milliliters of your cold brew, depending on which one you use. Each one gets 3/4 of an ounce of vodka, aka 22 milliliters, and then the same amount of coffee liqueur. The coffee liqueur that I'm using this evening is Mr. Black. I like Mr. Black. Mr. Black is very tasty. This is the one. You can actually see the containers. And the vodka I'm using this evening is Union Forge, Pennsylvania made. It's pretty good. In my free time, I did do a vodka comparison, and this one was pretty good. It was pretty good. So let's do that. Let's add 1 full ounce each of our coffees. First, we'll do my cold brew. 1 full ounce of each of these. 30 milliliters. This is rather small. These are smaller cocktails, it seems, relatively speaking. Oh, a little bit over. That's okay. 1 ounce of my cold brew. Then we'll do 1 ounce of the French press cold brew. That's actually got a little bit of ice in it. It got a little bit of ice in there. I was gonna julep strain it, but there really wasn't a lot of ice left, so it didn't really feel like it made any sense. Now, I was gonna taste all these coffees too. Compared to my cold brew, this cold brew is very, very light in color. Just kind of smells like coffee grounds. And tastes like coffee water. There's a little bit of those cinnamon notes, but that's about it. Very, 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 very low on flavor. Not very good at all. And then for our rapid cold brew, we pull these grounds up a little bit. I'll pour into a container. First, we'll do the ounce. 1 ounce of this. Try to pour it back here a little bit. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. I'm trying to do this quickly. Okay, this is annoying. Here, you hang here for a second. There we go. Now you can go back. Continue dripping on your own time. And then pour it all over the bar. That's great. All right, and then we'll actually try this on its own. I'm gonna pour this off camera so that I'm not looking like I'm making a total mess. There we go. Little bit of it. Little bit of our rapid cold brew. Even the bar needs a drink from time to time. I mean, this bar gets thirsty. It very much does. Ooh! That smells almost exactly like my cold brew, except a little more coffee forward. Wow, that is an intense flavor. Holy crap. Wow. Whoa. It is not as forward on those fruitier notes. This is much more on those decadent, like candy-like notes. This is so forward of like a sharp, almost sour vanilla? Call it that? There's a sort of creamy component to this that, I'm gonna be honest, reminds me of cheese, but in the best of ways. It's like a more savory chocolate. This actually tastes more like an espresso that's had a chance to cool down considerably. It really reminds me of some espresso that I had this morning. His bar's gonna be all up now. Pikachu's licking off the bar. He's like, give me some coffee. Give me some coffee. I want some, after my whippets, I need more caffeine. That's what Pikachu does. Next, we're gonna add 3/4 of an ounce of vodka to each of these. This jigger over here does not actually have marks for 3/4 of an ounce, so I'm gonna utilize this one over here instead. 3/4 of an ounce, or about 22 milliliters of our vodka. All these are gonna get shaken aggressively because I put a little too much in there. Because these are espresso martinis, and if we shake it right, we do it okay, there's gonna be a really awesome froth on top that we can garnish with more coffee beans if we had them. But I ran out of beans. 3/4 of an ounce, each of our vodkas. There we go. And then next we're gonna add 3/4 of an ounce of whatever coffee liqueur you gravitate towards the most. In my case, it's gonna be a Mr. Black. Pika's buzzing over here. That's a pun. That's a pun. I can appreciate that. Oh, not this one. Not you. Bad. 3/4 of an ounce of whatever coffee liqueur that you have. In my case, it's Mr. Black. I love Mr. Black cold brew liqueur because it is specifically a cold brew liqueur, and it is more heavy on those notes of coffee, at least in my opinion, than the Kahlua Mudslide was, which is really my only point of comparison. There we go. Now the last thing that we're gonna do for Jeffrey Morganthaler's espresso martini is we are going to express a lemon slice, a lemon peel over each of these glasses. And then we're gonna discard the lemon peels. We don't need any more than just that. I'm a lemon peel. We'll do 1 peel. As little pith as possible. Do another peel. Do another peel. Fresh organic lemons. Washed from the store. L'Express 1. Discard. 2. Discard. And 3. Discard. Discard all of your lemon peels. Trap. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something. Actually, Lycos was roasting on how much I don't know Yu-Gi the other day. It was very unfortunate. Now we're gonna combine everything together. Liquids into solids. Liquids into solids. I'm gonna try to do these individually because... Come on, stay on there. There we go. I'm gonna do this individually so I don't keep track of which one is which because I do not want to mess that up. The other thing that I'm gonna do is you thought that I was out of coffee beans. I got more beans. Just for the garnish. Just for the garnish. Alright, let me go in here and grab a couple of beans. I need 9 total. There we go. Here's a group of 3. There's a group of 3. There's a group of 3. There we go. And there's the rest of my beans. What beans are these? House Espresso Roast. Notes of vanilla, molasses, low acidity. It's okay. It's not that good, to be honest. Jason says, the Kahlua mudslide should have had vodka and cream in it, like the cocktail, only much worse in a pre-mixed forms. What beans are those? Espresso blend. That's what beans those are. Now let me grab my glasses, too. Because we're gonna wind up doing... Actually, okay, I'll shake them. I'm gonna shake all these first. I've been brushing up on my technique. I'm gonna shake them all first. Then I'm gonna take out the glasses. Then I'm gonna wake them up. And then I'm gonna strain them all out. So I should get my strainers ready, too. All right. Shake number 1. Shake number 2. Oh my god, these headphones are not good for shaking. Holy crap. I'll put those on the ground for now. Gee whiz. Anna's doing some vacuuming downstairs. Shake number 3. Whew. Getting tired from those. Shake that ass. Shake those arms. Shake it all. It's a whole workout. Now I'm gonna grab my glasses from the freezer. And we'll get things going. 1 martini glass. 2 martini glass. 3 martini glass. I bring on the cocktail angle over here. Woo! I'm a tire, says Mario as he screws down the road. Let's make some espresso martinis, shall we? Let's do it. We're gonna wake these up by shaking them a little bit more and then pouring them out. I have strainer number 1, which is stuck to a thumbtack. Very smart, Cameron. Very smart. Strainer number 2. Strainer number 2. Already prepared for the mix. Let's hope I don't screw this up. Wake up the boys! There we go. Here's number 1. Oh my god, look at that! Woo-hoo-hoo! Take a look at that. I love that. Put that away. Garnish it with a couple of beans. Here's some beans. Beans for you. Wake up the lad number 2! There we go. Come on, buddy. Whoa, nice froth. Lovely, lovely froth. There we go. So far, even wash lines. Add a couple of beans. Couple of beans. Wake up the 3rd boy. Come on, buddy. Come Come on, I know you got it. There we go. Ooh. There we go. 3 different espresso martinis. Not done yet. 3 different espresso martinis. Who do we got out here? Who just said stuff? This one's Annie's. This one's Jay Swizzles. I can't see anybody else. So this one's the chatbots. That one's mine. Alrighty then. Aw. Oh, Amy Chow gets the last one. She said it first. Man, I am tired. Put this cocktail angle away. Get out of here. Oh, it's time to enjoy. After all that hard work, it is time to enjoy something nice. We have 3 espresso martinis made to the specs of Jeffrey Morganthaler. That means that they include a full ounce or 30 milliliters of some cold brew. We have cold brew number 1, which is a cold brew recipe that I have been following probably for like the past year or so. And I love it. I love this method. And the beans that I'm using for all of these is this Winter Acres from Baltimore. Not sponsoring, but they're so good. They're so good. The second espresso martini, it is utilizing a French press coffee that's been cooled to cold levels over ice. It's iced coffee. It's ice diluted coffee in espresso martini number 2. Espresso martini number 3 has rapidly infused cold brew, which I would show you my whipper, but it's currently at the bottom of the bucket beneath 3 or 4 shakers. And that utilizes some coffee beans that have been ground to a coarse consistency, a coarse texture, mixed with water and put into a whipped cream shaker that has been charged with nitrogen, let to rest for a little bit, and then strained out, as usual. I used a little Nespresso thing, and I've got some nice potent coffee for later. As it turns out, the cold brew that I had a nice fruity characteristic to it, kind of sweet in a good way, and not super duper coffee forward, a lot more on those fruitier notes, a little tropical, a little pear-like, stone fruity. The colded, the diluted coffee just kind of tasted like coffee water. It wasn't that good, to be perfectly honest. And then the third espresso martini, rapidly infused coffee was almost akin to espresso. It had such a bite to it, almost a tangy, almost cheesy aspect to it that I personally love in my espressos. So I'm looking forward to seeing what all these things taste like all side by side. I'm gonna bring you coffee from Puerto Rico one of these days. Oh, dude, Annie, it reminds me. I'm gonna take some water, actually. We'll get to this in a second. When Anna went to Guatemala for her PT stuff, she came back and she brought Guatemalan coffee. It was so good. Cheese, you say? When I say cheese, I mean it's tangy in a way that reminds me of something that had milk in it and was left to rest for a little while. To me, the tanginess of cheese is actually kind of sour. The reason homeless man came in here is just here for the 3-way. Just a 3-way coffee thing. 3-way espresso martini. I think that my original recipe is going to be my favorite. We'll see. We'll see. Right off the nose, this actually does have a very, very nice smell to it. I actually get little bits of that lemon, despite the fact that we only just expressed the lemon peel. Oh my god. Woohoo! Oh, I love it. I love espresso martinis so much. It is nice and cold, very, very chilled. The bite of the vodka has subsided considerably. I can taste the booze in there, but there is a nice backbone of a creamy chocolate coffee with kind of smooth characteristics to it. It kind of tastes like, let's say, a more 65% dark chocolate with a touch of sweetness to it that's been combined with something that is cold in a diluting kind of way. It's espresso martini number 1. And it's very nice. The flavor that I'm getting on the back, as I've let it sit on my mouth for a little while, is soft, but very prominently coffee, and I really appreciate that. And the texture is great. Cleanse my palate a little bit. And we're gonna go for espresso martini number 2, which was made with it's ice and coffee. It didn't taste very good. The froth is not noticeably different. That really doesn't have much of a smell at all. Did this actually have a smell? Yeah, that smells more like coffee than this one does. Coffee water. I had one beer. My quality of text went downhill, says Imi Chow. I'm not judging you. By the end of this stream, there might just be 3 espresso martinis in me. So I won't be any better. If I am, I win. Yeah, that's like what? That's like mildly coffee. It's like if I were to try that without any context, I'd be like, there's milk in it, maybe? It just kind of tastes like watered down vodka with like a hint of sugar, a little bit of syrup. You probably could have taken the coffee water and added a touch of simple syrup to it, completely without the Mr. Black coffee liqueur, and poured that, and I feel like it would taste more or less the same. It just tastes more like the vodka than the other one did, and I feel like it's because there's no body from the coffee that's backing up everything. It's not bolstering the Mr. Black, the coffee liqueur, it's just flat. It's very thin. It tastes like there's not a lot of substance there. And let me like fact check myself, or check myself. Yeah. Yeah, that just tastes like, compared to that, that just tastes like vodka. It's not very good at all. I'd be disappointed if that's what I was served. It tastes like disappointment. It does have an air of disappointment to it. It looks like disappointment too. Such a pale color comparison. I think that's just my lighting. Y'all are indexing too much on that. Let's not hate the French. Instead of hating the French, let's just mock them instead. Anyways, let me cleanse my palate a little bit more. I'd like to also comment that we've almost been an hour into the stream and we haven't even played Dream Data yet. I don't care. I'm having a wonderful, wonderful time with this. And now we have espresso martini number 3. Wow. Wow. That is so good. Holy crap. That is so good. Wow. You could serve me this at a bar and call it an espresso martini and I'd believe you. I'd be like, yeah, that's obviously got espresso in it, but it's not espresso. Well, actually, you could call it espresso because espresso is just pressurized coffee making, and that was pressure and coffee. That is amazing. That is so good. I am so shocked, actually, too, that of all of these, my cold brew seems to have the thickest foam. This one over here, this is so... I basically can't taste the vodka at all. All of those vodka flavors that I was getting from espresso martini number 1 and especially espresso martini number 2 has been completely balanced out by the rapidly infused cold brew. And those Mr. Black notes of like, I think the chocolate notes that I'm getting is from the Mr. Black. The sweetness, I think, is primarily from the Mr. Black. There's a sweet component there. There's a slightly sour component there. Specifically on the back of my tongue, it's like I drank espresso, but it's cold, it's soft. I can't detect the alcohol in there like at all. It's that well done. That's so cool. That is really, really, really cool. My God. Well then, that's cool. Is the grounds to water ratio in the third one much higher? So we had a ratio of 355 milliliters to 72 grams. So I want to say that was about 4. That's about a 4-to-1 ratio from water to grounds. And in the French roast, we also had, I'm pretty sure, a 4-to-1 ratio. We had 12 ounces. Oh, well, actually, no, that's not true. the ratio from water to grounds is a lot higher because we took the French press, we put it over top of ice, and almost all of that ice melted. It got cold. So it's cold brew, but it's heavily diluted. Heavily diluted. Dream Daddy says, Oreo popping in here. I'd like to apologize to everybody who came here for a Dream Daddy. We haven't gotten to Dream Daddy yet. Instead, we made 3 espresso martinis to honor Matt or Matthias or Matt Hugh with 1 T as we move into our espresso martini segment of the stream. So we're going to get there in just a moment. Hang around for that if that's what you're here for. Let me just summarize this to say that of all of these espresso martinis, the best one was the one that utilized the rapidly infused cold brew, which with a little bit of nitrous oxide, NTO, a little bit of coffee, a little bit of more water, and a whipped cream maker, which I'm going to dig into my container for because now I'm going to show it off. Where are you? There you are. There you are. Hello there. Hello there. It's this thing. Use this thing. This coffee became espresso. It became espresso inside of here. And I'm like, oh my God, it's so good. It's literature, daddy. That's okay, buddy. I love watching you be. You flattered me. All of you guys flattered me. That was awesome. Okay. That was great. To anybody out there, first off, if you're into cocktail mixology like I am, or if you're into like drinks and whatever like I am, I would like to challenge to you to give it a try. Give that a try. What kind of drinks can you make with rapidly infused coffee? Is it an espresso martini? Perhaps something different. You should definitely give that a try for the texture, for everything else. And what else would you put in the rapid infuser thing? What else would you put in a whipped cream maker? I'm curious about that. What's the ratio of your favorite espresso martini? I'm just throwing random questions at the camera. And the reason I'm doing so is because I make short form content now. And when I'm editing these things later, I need a proper way to continue the conversation in the comments below. Anyway, I'm gonna clean up my bar and stop doing the weird thing. This is so great. The caffeine hitting yet? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And then shit like that winds up on the internet. That's great. I'm gonna do a little bit more cleanup over here. Try to make sure we have a clean workstation. A clean workstation is a happy workstation. A clean bar with an X is a happy bar with an X. It's true, it's true. We're gonna take this shitty coffee and we'll put these down. I'll clean this up later. Take my cold brew. I will drink this in the morning. Our infused coffee. I'm actually gonna take that and I will put it into my cold brew later. We'll see how that tastes in a little bit. Oh, so what's your sipping order for the game? Sipping order for the game, I am gonna go with the bad one first. So we're gonna go with the diluted one first. We'll go with that. Then we'll go for my specialty. And then we'll go for the other one. That is what we will do around here. What's your... Oh, you already asked that. Now I want to use one of those because that quick infused coffee gin in a Negroni would be great. Dude, I've had coffee Negronis before. They're amazing. And the next time I make one, probably might utilize one of those things because it was pretty good. Or a quick infused rosemary gin Negroni, which also sounds good. 2 to 1 to 3, worst to the best. 2 to 1 to 3, worst to the best. Might as well. We're on the same page. That we are. So everybody, thank you for popping along for cocktail time. It's time to get back to the game. Whew. That was awesome. That was so fun. This has so far been one of my favorite pre-cocktail segments to a stream. That was awesome. All right. Let's get it going. Espresso martini number 1. Now we're gonna play a game. I love what you did with the recipe card. Very sleek. I think it was the best way of going about doing it. I appreciate your acknowledgement, your validation, and implied approval. So we're mating with... We're dating Matt Sella this evening. What did you want to be when you grow up? A barista, oddly enough. Is this what he does? What's your favorite movie genre? Shit with subtitles. Classy. What's my favorite date? We go to the animal shelter. Seriously consider adopting a cat. What do you never leave home without? Headphones, both in-ear, over-ear, just in case. I don't see any on him. That's fine. I spent a lot of time thinking about where did writing commas into song titles come from and where did it go? Did we all just agree that it's a bad idea? I don't think it's a bad idea. That's kind of enticing to me. I'll bring my microphone a little closer over here. There we go. I'm gonna have to try one of your drinks one of these days, buddy. I could be better about the way that I actually categorize them. At least everything starting from Dream Daddy onwards, there should be a recipe in every single video description if you're on the YouTube side of things. And I put things on the Discord every once in a while, and I got a website too. It doesn't have all the recipes on it. It just gets really, really confusing here. If you want to try any of the Bar with an X's original recipes, all of those wind up on the X blog, which is on the Camera with an X website, which has the blog. The Crystal Stars, I just finished the editing for the photos from the other day. So those recipes should be up there hopefully by a week or two from now, because that's a lot of work. Cold brew setups and fine tunes. This guy is a barista and an artist. And we're going to hang out with him today. I'm wondering if we're actually going to get through everything, because I realize I've spent an entire hour on the cocktail segment, but if that is just how these things go, that is how these things go. And there's 3 drinks this evening, so please remind me to drink water. I had a big dinner tonight, so it should be okay. Never drink and drive. Ever. I navigate to Matt's Dadbook page, and I type out a message. Hey, man. Great getting to see you at the BBQ. We should definitely hang soon. You free later? A minute or two later, I hear a ding, and I see Matt's response. Hey, dude. I'd be so down for that. I'm actually catching a show tonight at the Soundgarden. Want to come out? What's a Soundgarden? Question mark. It's a concert venue, but also a band that a lot of people listened to back when it was cool to have soul patches, which I am currently sporting right now because I'm channeling my inner dad, and my facial hair has not been shaven for at least 3 weeks. Or maybe 2. I think it's 2, actually. Oh, man! I haven't been to a real concert since Amanda was born. Am I ready for this? While I'm thinking, another message pops up on the screen. Pup is playing tonight. Cool little indie pop-punk rock band out of Canada. It should be a fun one. I wasn't able to read that message. I think I clicked it too fast. I log off a Dadbook and think for a second. Wait, when was the last time I went to a concert? I mentally backtrack decades through memories of denim jean jackets and moral panic over teenagers turning to the occult. Oh god, I had a mullet back then. Oh god, I thought I was cool. Oh god, other people thought it was cool. I finally remember the strange 80s prog rock I used to listen to, and mentally envision all of the airbrushed vans in the parking lot. How did anyone survive in the 80s? Pup the Band is cool and is good. Pup the Band is a real band. So now I have to go to a concert. Now I haven't been to a concert in a long time. What do you even do at concerts now? I spend most of the day pacing around the house, thinking about my relationship with coolness. Like, I mean, I always thought I was cool, at least relative to a bunch of other dads that were my age. Dad, what are you doing? I look over, and I see Amanda at the door, just getting home from school. Anyway, what's up? Huh? Amanda, how do I be cool? Let me put on a pot of coffee for this. This is gonna be a long night. No, seriously. Matt invited me to a concert, and I don't think I've been to one since you were born. Ugh. Yeah, you have. You took me to one when I was 12, remember? I'm suddenly overwhelmed by the memory of a sea of screaming preteens. Oh. Oh god, I tried so hard to forget that. The one where I had to camp out with you in line so that you could get a good spot, and then you cried and screamed the entire time. Dad, it was so much more than that, and I'm not even afraid to say it. I'm not even ashamed to say it. Oh, you're not ashamed? You seemed pretty ashamed when I found all those drawings you made of those dancing boys kissing in your trapper keeper. Yeah, well, you didn't even find the good stuff. Anyway, you should be all set for the concert if you remember that. Just bring a big glittery sign and cry a lot, and you'll fit right in. Well, it's at a smaller place, and I think Matt mentioned that they are, punk band. Like DIY gutter punk? Thrash? Straight edge? Come on, Dad. Gotta give me something to work with here. Are they post-punk? Proto-punk? C-punk? Jeremy punk? What's a Jeremy punk? Right. I made that one up to see if I could get away with it. That's what my daughter does. They're not positive hardcore, are they? He said that they're Canadian? Oh, yeah, you'll be fine. Does the idea of Canadian punk seem contradictory to you? I don't see friendship and politeness as core tenets of the punk scene. Well, punk is kind of a big genre that might not be as dangerous as you may think it is. It became so much more than just counterculture rebellion. What I'm trying to say is, just enjoy the music. That's it? I mean, yeah. It's not like you're gonna jump into the mosh pit or anything. Well, that's comforting. And if a strange dude in a Set Your Goals hoodie offers to buy you merch, don't accept it. Definitely don't go on 3 awful dates with him afterwards where he takes you to a nice restaurant and then forgets his wallet. Literally 3 times in a row. What? Never mind. Just have a blast tonight. Don't you tempt me, Amanda. Don't you tempt me. I show up to the Coffee Spoon at 8 o'clock in what I hope is concert-appropriate attire. I can already see an espresso-martini waiting for me. And it tastes like vodka. Hey. Heavy on the martini there, buddy. Hey, you made it. Ready for tonight? Ready. It's been a while. Of course, I definitely know. Of course, I definitely know what I'm talking about. You better believe it, fellow music lover. Grab those ticks and let's mosh the new. What? New? Short for venue. You know, where you go to see dope certs? Are you just making stuff up right now? Yeah, man, I gotta admit, haven't been to a real concert since Pet Rocks were cool. I have no idea what I'm in for. Were Pet Rocks ever cool? Because, like, if they were, I never knew. Did your daughter make you take her to one of those boy band concerts where everybody holds signs and scream cries? Yeah? Oh. I got 2 lined up next month. I still can't get the glitter out of my car from the last one. Stay strong! Hey. But, dude, I get to take you to a first concert in a long time. This is gonna be awesome. Just hang with me, Cameron, and you'll be good. This scene is super supportive. It'll be a blast. Quick question. Shoot. What is scene? Sene? Shina? Sorry. It's just weird because scene can describe a music scene as it pertains to a community of people who like the same genre, but can also describe a genre of music no one wants to admit that we were into. I look off into the distance, saying nothing, and Cameron can tell I'm thinking never again. That's confusing. Hey. You'll get it. The important thing tonight is you can enjoy yourself. Come on, let's head to the show. Here we go. There's a female bathroom sign! What a guy. He's such an English teacher. Annie, this is not the English teacher. This is the barista. You're thinking of Hugo. After waiting in a short line to get in, we finally find ourselves in a small venue with a stage at one end and a bar at the other. Most people here are closer to Amanda's age than mine, and I suddenly feel out of place. My waning youth is showing. I'm suddenly aware of my mortality. When were the good years of my life? Will Amanda still love me as we both grow older? Wait, is C-punk an actual genre? I don't know who this is. Matt, you made it. A younger kid runs up and high-fives Matt. Yo, get him, dude. Is it Ernest? My God. The kid runs off and Matt turns to me, shuddering. I get nervous when people surprise high-five me. Oh no, I made a factual mistake on stream. Now you know how it feels to be streamed with correction. Me too. I felt uncomfortable. I'm like a small animal. Loud noises in large groups of people frighten me. Do you also enjoy curling up in a patch of sunlight to take a nap? That's my favorite thing to do. A couple other people notice that Matt's in the crowd and yell hey as well. Hey, dude. Hey. Hey. Hey, dude. Matt waves and hugs a couple of people. Dude, what a bro. He seems really in his element here. Matt turns his attention back to me. I'm so afraid to tell all these people. Oh. Let's go grab a beer. Matt and I line up at the bar in the back where a couple of the older concert goers hang out. A couple more people notice Matt and tip their drinks to him. To Matt! Seems like you're a popular guy out here. Yeah, I go to a lot of shows. This is a really cool spot. But it's times like these where I realize I can only be charming and funny for about 5 minutes before I run out of stuff to talk about. And then I become keenly aware of where my hands are, which are currently on a drink and a keyboard. And that there's no comfortable place in your mouth for a tongue to rest. And now it's been memorialized forever. The mistake, I mean, and this awkward moment. God damn it, where am I supposed to put my tongue? See? Well, I guess if I just keep flapping my tongue like this, it doesn't have to rest anywhere. I can just keep doing that thing. I think you're charming and funny. Just you wait. We grab our drinks. This scene is a goddamn arms race. And it's very friendly. I don't know why people wouldn't want to admit that they listen to it. Let's check out the merch. Tongue sound ASMR. I didn't mean to do that to you all. Matt and I walk over to a small booth in a corner of the room where a crusty-looking teenager guards a selection of shirts and records. He singles me out from across the room and hops up on his chair. Step on up, get your merch here. I got t-shirts, I got tank tops, I got all the gifts and accoutrement. A discerning concertgoer of considerable taste might want you. I gestured to myself. I'm kind of blushing red. Yes, you! You look like a fella who knows their music. How about a fine 12-inch long playing vinyl record made and distributed by Pup, Canada's premier punk rock outfit? Stop yelling at me. I'm already kind of on edge because this is a unfamiliar place and I don't know anybody here, and I would appreciate it if you could stop singling me out. And I'm sure you're cool, but it's making me a little uncomfortable. The kid immediately hops down off of his chair. You got it. Sorry about that. I just get really excited about salesmanship. I can't relate, but I appreciate your enthusiasm nonetheless. That's all base, no trouble, my guy. Hey, Pablo. Your friend looks lost, so I figured I'd give her the old razzle-dazzle. How the hell are you, Matt? Hey. Day by day, my man. They do that thing where they, like, high-five, but, like, also turn it into a hug. It's not sensual at all. Your mom doing better? She's still single. You want to be my dad? I could make that connect, you know, like little, like electricity, you know? I'm cool. I'd have to deal with you every single day? Fair enough. Who's your bud? Hey. That's, Cameron. Thought I'd bring out a concert pal. Pablo leans close to Matt. Is Cameron cool? Matt eyes me. I'm back. He cracks a smile. Hey. No! Pablo brings me in for a bro hug. Yo, dude. My dude! I'm not sure what to say, but give the courtesy 2-packs on the back, as is customary in our society for people you don't know super well, but still want to be friendly to. Hey. Pablo's a total card. Kid plays the hell out of a bass. Oh, he actually is all bass, no trouble. Yeah, man! When are we starting out Witch House Band? Yeah, sounds great. You know I'm out of the game. It's a shame. You know, cross, V delta, C delta, NT Vale, cross, would have slayed. It'll slay once you start actually making music instead of just printing a bunch of band t-shirts. We got the sickest logo! While Matt and Pablo talk a little bit, I do kind of check out the merch. These shirts are really nice. It looks like the opener's coming on. Let's get a spot up close. Matt and I walk over to the stage where a crowd begins to form. The band walks on stage and pick up a variety of strange instruments. Is that a harpsichord? The lead singer addresses the crowd. He has a mandolin slung behind his back. Hey, what's up, everybody? We're Jonathan Jones and the Speakeasy Choir. My name's Daniel. Let's start the show. Oh no, these guys. What? Without time to respond, the band starts playing the most cacophonous noise I've ever heard. People are literally screaming. What is this? Matt doesn't say anything. He just hands me earplugs. Thanks! I put the earplugs in, and whatever the hell is assaulting my ears gets a lot quieter. For a band this bad, they sure do seem to be having fun. And I guess that's really what matters after all. Jesus, did that cellist just break his bow in half? I don't understand this at all. The set seems to go on forever. There's no breaks in the songs, and I think one of the band members' jobs is specifically just to burn poetry on stage. I turn to Matt and I try to start a conversation. So you go to a lot of concerts out here, huh? What? Ask again. So you go to a lot of concerts out here, huh? What? Do I ask again? So you... yeah. Hey. Matt turns back his attention to the show. This is exactly how concerts are like. Especially the ones that you can't hear at. He can't hear me, so I just stop and try to enjoy the music. The cacophony. And the music between it. It's all about reading between the lines. That is just beautiful. Alright, no, this is impossible. How long have they been playing the same song? Has it been 10 minutes? 20? An entire year? Eventually the set ends, but only after the drummer sprains his ankle during his saxophone solo. They promised it was part of the act as he was carried off stage, crying. Matt and I both pull our earplugs out. Coffee bean. Man, that was something. I promise, Pup is much better. I just have a lot of questions that I know I will never get the answer to. Oh yeah, he sprains his ankle at like every show. They were being real about that. Hey. Let's grab another beer. Sure, man. Yeah, absolutely. Matt and I work our way out of the crowd and back to the bar. More and more people file into the concert space as it gets closer to the main act. It's getting kind of crowded in here. We grab our beers and try to follow Matt back to our spot, but there are so many people that I'm having a hard time keeping up. As I work my way through the throngs of excited concert goers, I realize I've lost Matt entirely. I stop and I look around a bit, seeing nothing but a sea of hip 20-somethings. I'm lost. How am I ever gonna find Matt here? Where's the exit? Are there even exits? What if I'm trapped in this building forever? Am I gonna see my daughter ever again? What if that terrible band gets back on stage? What if? Suddenly a hand reaches out to grab me. It's Matt. Almost lost you, buddy. Whew. Got really nervous for a second there. You and me both, dude. He takes my hand, and he leads me back toward the stage. I can feel myself blushing a little bit. I'm into it. We finally settle back into our spot and wait for the band to start. Busy place, huh? Hey. Yeah. Pup really brings out a crowd. So you go to concerts a lot? Hey, yeah. Oh yeah, it's one of my absolute favorite things in the world. I think it's one thing to listen to music and connect with it, but when you're in a room full of people connecting with the music just the same way you are, that's magic. I suddenly have the urge to pee. I'll curse this tiny little dad bladder. I've never heard it put that way. That's really beautiful. Also, I have to pee. Hurry up, man. They're about to go on. I squeeze my way out of the crowd toward the restroom. I really should have gone before I left the house, but Amanda was watching beauty videos in the bathroom. She had an eyeliner in her wing going halfway across her face. It was actually a really pretty good look. I'm so proud of her. God, I can't do my eyebrows like that. I make it to this restroom finally, but it's one of those single-person restrooms with a line forming outside of it. And as soon as I finish my business, the band starts. Crap. The people that were initially milling around the venue all crowd up against the stage as Pup plays their first song. How am I ever gonna find Matt now? I gotta look for the dreads and the reflection of his glasses. Is it a minigame? Take care of your health while you're young. Oh my god, it is a minigame! Everyone's rushing to the main stage to watch Pup. I'm sure Matt will be up there too. I gotta get there without being trampled by all these rowdy youths. Avoid the youths! I can try my best. I'm gonna guess this is, yeah, there we go. Oh, I see. I understand. I understand. Okay, I just have to avoid the people.
This is the part of the game where you should have been hearing a licensed tune. We worked really hard to lock it down for you. We even got permission to whitelist the song for YouTube and Twitch. But their systems are seriously broken. What a bitch.
I love this. I have streamer mode on.
So we added the song that you're listening to right now. Don't you think it's better than risking content ID.
I agree.
To you streamers and let's players, I have one decree. Please check out the band called Pup and their song DVP.
DVP. I can do that. I can't do it on stream though.
That's right, the band's called Pup and their song called DVP.
It is. I confirmed that Pup is a real band.
Is great and the video is tight. Yes, take it from me.
I agree.
It's like footage of NES and SNES games with the lyrics added into them. It's really cool, but it's kind of hard to explain right now. But
Yeah.
I promise you should really go check it out.
I'm gonna try my best to do so. Somebody's gotta remind me to listen to Pup song DVT. P, not DMT.
The song that you're listening to right
I just realized you can hold down the
Don't
keyboard.
you think it's better than risking content ID?
Yeah.
To you streamers and let's players, I
This is a very relatable chorus because I am in fact a streamer and YouTuber and Let's Player and general content creator. DVP. DVP.
But really, content ID demands a serious convo. But is this the time or place to talk about it? Oh no. This
Probably
is a
not.
dating sim about getting with
Well,
dad.
as Pup continues with their song, which is oddly streamer friendly, I'm finally able to work my way through the crowd to where Matt originally was, but he's nowhere to be found. Shoot. I guess I should just keep look, and I bump into him from behind, and I find myself in the middle of a bunch of youths running around in a circle to the music. Hello, dearest. Hi. Good night. Good night, my love.
Don't you think it's better
I'm in the pit. I can't believe you're playing this again. Dream Daddy? Oh, we're getting all the way, my man. How do I get out of this pit?
decree?
Anna chat says goodnight.
Check out the band
Anna says goodnight to chat.
song.
Out of nowhere, a youth shoulders himself into me and keeps moving in a circle. This is the mosh pit. Hey! I guess I'm moving in a circle now. I frantically search for a way out, but all I can see is an ocean of youths rhythmically slamming into each other back and forth to this music which is oddly good and potentially not copyright striking. Another youth slams into me and I lose my balance. I'm about to topple over. This is it. This is how I die. To Pup scatting in the background, trampled under the boots of counterculture. The sound of boots sounds a lot like... Someone grabs my hand. Someone familiar. It's magical. I look up and I see Matt. He pulls me back up onto my feet. You're wild, dude. Youth was capitalized. Youth! Matt throws his arm around me. We jump back into the circle, bastion into youths. The youths, left and right, as Pup plays a killer solo. I didn't know you messed with the pit. Me neither. DVP. DVP. I can't believe it. I'm having fun. I'm a little mad that I didn't stretch before physical activity, but I'm having fun, and now I have another band recommendation to listen to. The song ends, and the pit finally dissipates. Everybody cheers on Pup. Go, copyright-free music. Get him, copyright-free music. Listen to Pup song DVP. What does it stand for? Don't freaking Pinot. Maybe I only got enough pit energy for one song. All right, man. Let's retreat. We'll show these kids how it's done another day. We work our way back to a more comfortable spot in the crowd and enjoy the rest of the show from a safe distance. Pup is putting on an amazing set and basically had to beg themselves off stage after their encore. With the concert over, the crowd starts making their way to the exit. Hey, I'll meet you outside. Gotta say bye to a couple people. And there he goes, Mr. Social Butterfly. I hang outside after the venue until Matt finally shows up. Hey man, thanks for waiting. Got you a present. Matt hands me a t-shirt, and I was looking at it earlier. Whoa, thanks man. Saw you eyeballing it back at the merch booth. And I mean, anyone who tears it up that hard on their first time back to a concert deserves a reward. Dude, I am never... The youths will finally accept me? Dude, I'm never taking this off. It's an over-exaggeration. I think you'll love it. I will continually wear it until it is tattered and a little smelly so that I can truly embody punk fashion. Hey, Matt! I don't know who it is. Hey, it's Pup. It's Pup. Oh my god, it's the entire band of Pup. One of the guys, I feel like I recognize the guy from on the second to the right. I feel like I know a guy who looks exactly like that. You know who you are. You're looking good up there. Hey, hey, dude. Wait, actually, what did his voice sound like? This is the kind of timbre of the voice. Hey, dude, I didn't realize you were here. Hey. I'm so glad I could make it. You guys put on a great show. Thanks, the entire band of Pup. Oh. Well, see you around. I like their shirts. Wait, you know Pup? Hey. Oh, yeah. Met him a couple of times when they first started touring. They're good kids. Whoa. Hey. Come on, let's grab diner food. I suddenly realized just how hungry I am. 2 beers and my stomach's empty. Matt and I walk into a tiny little diner with a cute neon sign. We tear into some bacon and eggs in a corner booth. Classic. Hey. So there I am in the pit trying to explain to the face tattoo guy that I didn't mean to elbow in the face tattoo, but he's already seeing red, not from the tattoo, which coincidentally was in fact red. He's lumbering toward me and there's nowhere to go. It's the end for me, right? Then out of nowhere, I get this idea. I just lean back, spread my arms, just like that. I'm crowd surfing away from him in slow motion. You should have seen the look on his face. Bought him a beer afterward, and we were cool. We still follow each other on social media. He's beautiful kids. I'm glad you guys worked it out. Oh. Yeah, man. Just goes to show you that Punk's not dead. It just drives a minivan and has to hire a babysitter, according to his Instagram. So how did you get to see all those these amazing concerts? Hey. Oh, I used to tour in a band. We were small, but it got us to travel all around the States. Whoa. Yeah. I mean, we were poor. We had to scrape a lot together just to survive, but I wouldn't trade those experiences for anything. Hey. But yeah, that's how I knew a bunch of those people at the show. Music like this builds an amazing community, especially in a town like this. Just a lot of positive energy and good vibes. I got that feeling. Plenty of friendly people, especially that Pablo kid. Oh man, everybody loves Pablo. His mom's been raising him on her own, and you can tell that it's been tough on both of them. I know he looks up to me, so I try to help him out wherever I can. That's really nice of you. Hey. Thanks. Us single parents just really have to look out for each other. How was Carmencita? She says she wants to learn the drums. Oh boy. Loud, bangy, percussive stuff. It'll be loud, and I'll need to take a lot of aspirin, but I'll manage. Can't really blame her. I'm suddenly really grateful that all of my daughter's hobbies are super quiet. Photography, collaging, whatever it is that she does on the internet. Thank you, Amanda. I'm trying to be supportive of Carmencita's rebellious phase, but I guess that kind of defeats the purpose of it, doesn't it? I think it would be a good daddy-daughter activity to find something to rebel against together, collaboratively. Hey, yeah. Like what? The Machine? Fashion? Big budget remakes of foreign films? Consumerism? What do I think that you would be? I mean, consumerism you gotta be into. You run a coffee shop. You are literally a part of one of the cogs that make up the modern capitalist society and machine that feeds the deep pockets of society with your well-made lattes and other cortados, shakerados, and otherwise. One of those was not a coffee beverage. Big budget for remakes of films, like The Little Mermaid? I mean, I guess that was big budget to begin with. Reading subtitles isn't even that hard. I think we just have to strive as society to be okay with reading subtitles. I mean, what are you gonna do? Wait indefinitely for the dub of your favorite anime that's never been translated to come out? I don't have that life to live, Matt. We exchange a chuckle. Mine, feigned. We keep digging into our big plates of greasy diner food. The breakfast I ordered for dinner is absolutely hitting the spot. Oh. Man. Hey, dude. Being a single dad is rough sometimes. It's a lonely feeling. I understand that all too well. I mean, at least we have the rest of the dads to talk to. Hey. Yeah, I don't know. I get it. Really nervous sometimes talking to people. Matt gets nervous talking to people, but he's so cool. Who knew that the ones who seem to have the easiest time talking to people are the ones who are the most anxious, buried slightly beneath the surface? Me too! I am! That's literally me! I've never really considered myself an extrovert. More of an ambivert, actually. I have introverted qualities, but does that mean that I really fall somewhere in between? Or am I an extroverted introvert or an introverted extrovert? It really depends on the day. I mean, I'm just uncomfortable in every situation. Always. Yeah, you're fine. You're actually really easy to talk to, you know that? Matt and I spend the rest of the night trading daughter stories. Turns out our kids are a lot alike. We finish up our late night dinners and head out. That was fun. We walk back to the cul-de-sac to our respective houses. Tonight was a blast, man. Loved it. Although I'm probably gonna feel it in my knees in the morning. You and me both. I don't usually like going to these things alone. It was real cool to have you there with me. I'm glad.
Hey.
All right, I'm calling it quits for the night. Stay cool, man. He called me cool. Matt called me cool! Yes! Brad says, Aaron tells me I'm an extrovert and I hate it so much, except I don't, and I love people. They are great. I love people. They are great. I, deep down, want and desire to be with people, but if you were a total stranger to me, like, I just kind of like automatically distance myself. I don't trust people. I have a very, very difficult time trusting people, and therefore opening up to people. So sometimes the thing that I put on for social scenarios is quite literally just a mask so that nobody really thinks anything's wrong enough to ask questions deeper, because I'm afraid of opening up. And as a man who's been in a relationship for almost 10 years now, I'm deathly afraid of commitment. Obviously. And he chose usually reserved in certain company. I forget where the STFU button is. Just like Matt. Which honestly hasn't been too bad so far. I appreciate it. I'm a rambler too. I walk into the house with my heart in my throat. Amanda pops her head out from her room. Hey Pops, how was the show? Matt thinks I'm cool! I'm still not over it. You don't say. Amanda Panda. Matt thinks I'm cool! Blind leading the blind, huh? I just got dunked on by my own child. Unbelievable. Hey, Amanda. Remind me which of us just tore it up in the pit at a punk show, and which of us just spent 4 hours probably watching Tiny House Hunting Amish Triplets Extreme Edition? Yeah. You! First of all, how dare you? That show is a classic. Second of all, you moshed in the pit? Who even are you? I am your extremely cool dad. Trademark. All right. Hey, Pops. I'll see you in the pit. Night, kiddo. I'm the cool one. I'm the cool one. Yeah. I'm calling it quits on that espresso-martini. That's just not good.
Oh man, I just can't wait for your next hit.
Hey, I got an S+ in the mosh thing, dude. Let's go for my espresso-martini. The second best one of the evening. Oh, I got a message from Damazon? Is that what that is? Maybe I ordered a package. Hi, this is Steven from Mezon. I'm out front with your delivery. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll be right down. Wait, no, sorry. I need to put on pants first. I can't find my pants, but I'm wrapped from waist down in a duvet. Are you cool with that? I can come back tomorrow. No, wait, I'll be right down. Found some sensible capris. What did I order? What did I order? Is this something good? And am I gonna have to buy, like, cartridges for a kid on the street again? Ooh, package. I wonder if I actually ordered pants. I wonder what it is. Hopefully pants. I bet it's that package of socks I ordered. Close enough. I open up the box and start pulling the packing peanuts out. Man, these socks reek. Okay, that's definitely not socks. It's butterflies? I don't even want to know what Amanda was planning on doing with these. Hey, Amanda, your box of dead butterflies is here? What's up? Are you, like, sacrificing them? Yeah. What? You ordered butterflies. Right. You can order dead butterflies online? Wait, these aren't yours? No. But I'm definitely ordering some right now. Okay. Love you. Bye, you. Take a look at the box again. Oh. This is addressed to Damien's house. Guess I'll bring the box to Damien, right? Or maybe I just give it to Amanda that she can have the butterflies, you know? She won't have to order one and spend our money. She'll take it over to Damien. I'll just go say, oh, hi there. Wow. You have a magnificent mansion. I jog over to Damien's house with the box. I pull up back his door knocker, but suddenly the door just opens wildly. Mr. with an X, to what do I owe the pleasure? Whoa, how did you know I was about to knock, dude? I don't know. Oh. Anyways, I think this got delivered to my house by mistake. It's dead butterflies. I hand him the box and his face lightens up in a rather erect way. What a wonderful surprise. I was just about to send a strongly worded letter to the courier service about this. Many thanks. Not to pry. What are you going to do with those butterflies? Would you like to see? Alarm bells are ringing in my head. This is how you die, Cameron with an X. This is how you die. Sure! This is how you die. God damn it, Cameron. Damien leaves me into his study where he sets up some sort of workstation and there's literally a bunch of butterflies on the wall. It's Lepidoptery. That's butterfly science. Above his desk is a wall of pinned butterflies, moths and beetles. I don't see any moths or beetles. There could be moths in there, but I certainly don't see any beetles. Oh, wow. That's really something, Damien. Oh. I'm quite proud of my little collection. You do all this yourself? Of course! I find it rather relaxing. How do you... How do you? It's simple. Here, let me show you. These aren't ready quite yet. They'll need to be rehydrated overnight so they're easy to work with. Rehydrating butterflies. That's why I said it. I have some over here. They're ready to pin. Damien takes a seat at his desk while I hover behind him. He picks up a little triangular paper package and snips off the edges. He pulls out an all-black butterfly and shows it to me. I'm rather excited about this one. It's a turquoise swallowtail. It looks black to me, dog. He gently opens the wings, spreading the butterfly out on the table. The back of the wings are gorgeous. Iridescent. Green color. Oh, and the pigment on this one is nice too. Oh, anyways, pinning a butterfly is actually very simple. It just requires a delicate touch. First, I'll put a pin through the thorax. Damien slides a pin through the middle of the butterfly and places the butterfly on a piece of styrofoam. Carefully arranges the antenna with forceps and begins placing paper and more pins on and around it. He does this so effortlessly that it's almost hypnotic. I have a frame here that I think this one will look quite pretty in, but I'll need to let it sit for a couple of days until it's ready. And then what? I remove all the pins and put it on display with the others. I take a closer look at Damien's collection. One with bright blue wings keeps drawing my eyes. I think it's this one. It's so pretty. Damien takes it off the wall. Yes, that's a blue morpho. One of my favorites too. He hands the small frame to me. Here. I think this would look lovely in your home. Oh, no, I couldn't take this, really. I insist. Believe me, I have more than enough. Thank you. If you ever have an interest in pinning some insects yourself, you know where to find me. I think I'm going to leave that one up to you. I feel like I'd probably break them in half with my butterfly fingers. Nonsense, you have beautiful steady hands. You'd make a fine taxidermist. Am I blushing? Damien walks me to the door and gives me a warm smile as I leave. Do take care of yourself, Cameron. Thanks for allowing me to share my odd little hobby with you.
Welcome. You've got dads.
I'm gonna fuck him on Wednesday. I mean, that's a pretty easy way to get into my pants, apparently. Butterflies. Butterflies not in my stomach. It's in my pants. That was something. Instead of messaging the guy, why don't I just walk over and just grab some coffee? I'm feeling sluggish today anyway. Amanda! Amanda sticks her head out of her room. Father? I want to go to the coffee. Do you want to go to the coffee spoon? I'm not even asking. We're going to the coffee spoon. Oh, so you get called the cool dad once, and now you're the cool dad who hangs out at the coffee shops and listens to, like, neo-jazz and stuff. Amanda, are you gonna bring your laptop and your leather-bound journal so you can work on your poetry anthology? Look, honey, do you want me to buy you coffee or not? Like, why you gotta be so smart with me?
Huh.
Let me grab my laptop and my leather-bound journal. Ironic. Amanda and I make the short walk over to the Coffee Spoon. Places look pretty quiet today. Just a few people hanging out and reading books in the cozy little nooks. I can definitely see Pablo hanging out. I walk up to the counter and I see a familiar, pierced face. Hey, you were the dude I yelled at a bunch the other night. I yelled at you a bunch. I said that weirdly. You like my piercings? Amanda casts a sideways glance at me. He tried to sell me shirts. And who might you be, miss? This is my daughter, Amanda, the person I am a father to and am very protective of. An honor to make your acquaintance. My name's Pablo. Did I mention that I make witch house music? I wouldn't call witch house music but okay.
Dad.
A piercing blow to my ego, though not one that will dissuade my need to impress you. My innate dad senses are tingling. I am overwhelmed with a fatherly, protective energy. I'm gonna do something to protect my child. Change the subject. Defend witch house. Reappropriate lines from Taken. Listen here, Pablo. I have a very specific set of skills to... I can type pretty fast for people my age. If you so much as harm a hair on my daughter's age, I'll be coming for you at a comfortable 80 words per minute after I practice just a little. I'm out of touch. Dad. Cameron. Matt comes out from washing dishes in the back to meet Amanda and I. He and I high five, as fellow cool people do. I see you met my newest employee. At your service, although I'm only here until Cross V Delta C Delta NT Vale Cross starts their world tour. And wins that. Well, we have to put out a record first. Alright, Pablo, now what do we do with customers again? Right, yes. Pablo clears his throat. Hello, good folk of Maple Bay. Can I interest you in a tasty, caffeinated beverage? A smashing pumpkin spice latte, please. A classic. And you, sir? Decaf for cutie? Father John Misto? What is that even a coffee beverage? Americano football? I like Americanos, really. I do enjoy Americanos. Americano football. Please. Our coffee is as strong as that band's feelings. Good choice. I don't get it, though. So, American football is a sport, but it's also this emo band that made a good album and then waited over a decade and then made another good album, and their music was very sad and sometimes featured sad trumpets. And I'm over-explaining the joke again. Coming right up, sir. Pablo gets to work making our drinks while Matt observes him. And it's all funny because all of the stuff is music puns. All of them. Many of them go over my head because I was born in the late 90s. He'll get the hang of it. For as goofy as a dude as he is, kid works hard. Hey man, that concert was a lot of fun. We should hang out again. Hell yes. I'm actually going to be done training Pablo in a couple hours and was going to go record shopping. Do you want to come along? Absolutely. Pablo brings us our drinks and Amanda buries herself in her laptop. I spend my time sipping my drink and cracking jokes with Matt. Last time we hung out, he told me that he had trouble hanging out with other people, but for some reason he and I can talk and joke like old buds. It's kind of weird. I feel really comfortable around him. I'm going to see Decaf for a Cutie this summer. Brad, you are? I didn't even know that Decaf for Cutie was actually a band. So they're all now. Okay, so I'm gonna have to rely on. I am a 26-year-old male. I'm gonna need everybody who at least saw even a piece of the 80s to chime in with your knowledge. Oh, Death Cab for Cutie. Oh, okay. Father John Misto is Father John Misto. Oh, okay. A Cafe Misto. That would be the drink then. Probably. Well, once Matt feels comfortable with leaving Pablo on his own, I say goodbye to him, man, and we start walking to the record store. Have you ever been here before? No! I mean, we have a record player sitting in the living room, but all I have are 2 copies of Frampton Comes Alive, which I'm guessing is another band. Oh, this should be fun then. We're gonna find you some good stuff. To the record store! The Wall, I see Yacht Club Miracle. I don't know them. Sad Swears, Steady Blow, Dinner Food is behind my profile picture, Dover Ghost. Dover Ghost! We know about that. Campus Therapy, all the good stuff. The walls of the store are packed with posters, artwork, stickers, and records. A few people mill around, flipping through milk crates of albums. Some indie band is playing throughout the speakers. It's a nice vibe. So, why do people still buy records? Isn't it kind of outdated at this point? There's a lot of people who will try to sell you that vinyl sounds warmer or more true to the artist's intent, but really I think it's just nice to collect records. It's cool that in this day and age we have just about every song ever created available instantaneously on our phones, but there's something about holding an album and getting to see the artwork in your hands that I'll always love. That's why I try to get as many of the records that I love in physical form as possible. Remember when we were kids and we'd have to wait around by the radio with a cassette tape so that we could record our favorite songs? It made each listen really special, and mixtapes were even cooler because of how much work they took. Now you just make a playlist. I think the last time somebody gave me a real mixtape was in high school. I look around at the multi-level record store and spot some genres: future wave, jungle, anarcho-punk, nunsploitation. I don't know where to start. And this is a little overwhelming. Here, let me help you find something you might like. If you were a milkshake, what flavor would you be? What flavor would I be as a milkshake? Dude, purple? Purple, like those ube milkshakes? I love strawberry. Dude, I'm a strawberry guy. If you could buy one type of candle scent for the rest of your life, what would it be? Camouflage? I like flowers. Spring Creek Fireball? Power Violence Cherry Blossom? That feels odd. Summer Breeze? I like flowers. Daffodil Mountain Spring. That sounds nice, but it seems a little laundry detergent-y. I'm gonna go with the daffodil. I thought it said arachnopunk, like spiders. Anarcho. What's your favorite ambient sound? Rain? Bowling alley? Star Trek Bridge ambiance? No. House of the Bone chorus. I like rain. Rain is good. Reminds me of lo-fi. What's your dream vacation spot? My backyard? But living off the fat of the land in Ibiza, starting a new life in the Baltics? Side an active volcano. I guess my backyard. That sounds pretty comfy. What's your deepest, darkest fear? I worry that people are too nice to me only because they want something from me. A genuine fear. I fear that I don't deserve happiness and won't ever get it. Possibly very nihilistic in my opinion. What if nobody exists but me and I fabricated the universe? I love that. Saying you too when the waiter tells you to enjoy your food. I don't index too heavily on that. I think it's that I don't deserve happiness. He thinks for a moment. I'm thinking for a moment. Also, I love the little image of the dudes just like kissing here. Oh. I know just the thing. Matt runs to the other side of the store and returns holding a record behind his back, and he shows it to me. This is Trouble Will Find Me by The National. The National have honed their sad guy sound on album after album, and by this point, their old prose about feeling blue. The music is so amazing, it'll actually cheer you up. Whoa, dude. Thanks for the recommendation. You're gonna have a great time with it, promise. Matt and I bring our records to the cash register. A young girl with a septum ring and a buzz cut stands behind the counter with one earbud in. Usual stuff today, Matt? Just some light pickups. Matt places 3 albums on the counter. Swear I'm Good at This by Diet Sig. Forever by Mystery Skulls. I like the Mystery Skulls. I think they do a song called Hypnotized, I think. And Greatest Hits by Reno Drive. They are real bands! I recognize one of them. I'm proud. Tight. The cashier rings Matt up and hands back his albums in a bag. She stares at me suspiciously. Mystery Skulls, yes. Who's the nerd? It's Amy Chow. My buddy Cameron. This beacon of human charm is Molly. I got kicked out of art school for destroying my paintings at the end of every critique. Lovely to meet you. Anyway, Matt, is the open mic night still on? You know it. Are the Third Waves gonna do a special acoustic performance? I might see if I can get a few of the girls together. There's an open mic night going on? Yeah, dude. We do it every month at the Coffee Spoon. Some amazing talent always comes through. Gotta a flyer for it right here.
Hey, yeah.
You and Amanda should come by that night.
Oh, man.
Matt blushes. Is it because he's performing? I mean, if you're not doing anything. Will cross V delta C delta NT Veil cross be playing?
Hey.
If only. I finished paying for my record and we head out of the store. I'm a geek, thank you very much. Excuse me, thy geekdom. Man, what of that thing that I was just talking about? Well, now that you mention it, isn't it strange to think of all those weird little musical memories? How do you mean? Well, I think music is a very time and place sort of thing. A song is important to me not only in that I think it sounds good, but where I was and what I was doing when I listened to it. There's a music that reminds me of exes, of struggling through school, of being so poor that I didn't know where my next meal was coming from, all that stuff. And listening to those songs reminds me of those moments of my life. Yeah. Well, now that I think about it, even the pop concert Amanda made me take her to is really special to me. I mean, I'm not really a fan of the band, but hearing their songs on the radio reminds me of how young and excited Amanda was at the time.
Oh.
And that even reminds me of a younger me, going to see my favorite bands in concert with all of my friends. We would always go to my friend Cynthia Chapman's house beforehand and smoke pot in her basement like we were so slick. Her parents definitely knew what we were doing, but, when was the last time you smoked pot? I mean, Pablo said you're cool, you know? Matt stops and thinks for a moment. It's been decades. Dude, me too! Where do you even get pot now? Is that even what the kids call it these days? Or they call it, like, ganja? Hype lemonade? Pineapple Express? I don't know. But I bet I could find out. You wanna get high and listen to our new records? Yes! Absolutely! Matt pulls out his phone and just starts texting.
Hey, yeah.
And after a few minutes goes by, he looks up and he smiles at me.
Yeah, sounds great.
Molly's got a hookup. Says to meet in an alley near the coffee shop.
Hey.
Dude, why even bother smoking stuff? You know what? Smoking's bad for your lungs. Just take THC tincture and edibles. Don't crossfade and drive. Okay, well, if it turns out it's the feds, you make a break for it, and I'll take the heat. Just promise me that you'll raise Amanda like she was your own. You realize that weed has been legalized in this state, right? I definitely knew that. Well, if it's legalized, why are we buying it in an alley? Maybe it's the good stuff. We live in dangerous times. Who knows what lurks in the seedy underbelly of Maple Bay? Definitely not Joseph and his cult. We could find ourselves on the wrong end of a deal gone bad. Just look out for Amanda. Please. Please, Matt. I swear. Oh, here's our guy. Coming around the corner of one of those nasty grease dumpsters, shrouded in darkness, is a lean figure dressed in black. Excuse me? Mr. Drugman? Surprised, the person almost jumps out of their skin, and it's Lucian, Damien's son. Who sent you? We're cool, man. We're cool. We're cool. Says who? For all I know, you could be with the feds. Actually, weed is Prove you cool. Prove it. What? I need to know you're down. Or I pull. I'm out of here. I'm out of here, man. Show him I'm not wearing a wire. Impress him with my extensive knowledge of current drug lingo. Cite mutually assured destruction. I know the drugs. You know I'm cool. Every day I'm, ripping that stinky grass, you know? Stalin's handiwork, Dandelion of the Damned, 520, the crossfade, safe. Which one is the drug number? Stop. Oh, please stop. Look, it's fine. I get it. Buzzcut Molly City Recover. Right. Now that formalities are out of the way, let's make a deal. I definitely shouldn't have done the drug stuff. Drugs are totally legal here. All right. How much do you want? One what?
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
He means weed, Lucian. Yeah, but like, how much?
Oh.
One. Oh my god! Look, here, take this. Just give me $10. Just don't tell my dad. Let's forget this ever happened. I won't tell your dad if you don't. Lucian hands me a bag of... Oh shit, there it is. I got it. Let's go into the random spice box. Lucian hands me a bag of... anise seed.
Oh.
Genuine drugs. That went smoothly. The random spice box. I am in the process of reorganizing my spices for tinctures and whatnot. We should get off of public property before we smoke this. This anise seed. Seriously. Great idea. Let's head back to my place. Yeah. Let's smoke it up, dude! Alright. Matt and I walk to our cul-de-sac and stop at a gas station on the way to buy rolling papers and soda. I feel like I'm 16 again. Woo! My coffee beans are getting in the way. That is a significantly better espresso-martini than the first one. Carmen Seed is having a sleepover tonight, so that gives us all the time we need to do drugs.
Oh.
Awesome! Let's do some drugs, dude! Matt pulls one of the records out of his bag and puts it on for us. I plop down on a comfy leather couch and look around his place. There are a bunch of band posters, and his record collection takes up an entire wall. Whoa! What a collection!
Hey.
Been collecting my whole life. It was nice to finally get them all in one place, after being on the road for so much of my life. Had to ask my parents to hold them onto them for me. Matt sits down next to me and we lay the marijuana drugs out on the coffee table. Anise drugs. Do you want to do the honors? Please. It's your house.
Hey.
If you say so.
What?
Matt pulls out some rolling papers and sprinkles some of the beatnik tobacco onto a piece. He starts rolling it back and forth, and the paper breaks almost immediately, spilling drugs all over the couch.
Oh.
Never was too good at this.
Hey.
Matt tries again and is able to successfully roll a nice-looking weed cigarette. He hands me a lighter, and the blunt? I think. I take it. Well, let's open up the nug, smoke some of that gateway drug, that rhymed, rip that golf fairway, open up the nug. I know what I'm talking about.
Hey.
Are you kidding me? Is that a word? Yes. I light the joint. Fire. And I inhale deeply. Not the fire. This is not what I remember. It's been a while, though. Maybe pot drugs have just gotten more potent since the last time I smoked. I passed the joint to Matt. I cough a little bit. Should it sting this much, or am I just a baby? This date is not going well so far. No. No, sir, it is not. Matt takes a hit, and his eyes go wide. That's not weed. Oh, God.
Hey.
Did we develop a taste for methamphetamine? No. It's... Matt takes another hit. And he winces. Yeah. This is oregano. I sniff the air. Yeah. That's why. That explains why it smells like a pizza place in here. Oregano! That wasn't anise at all. That little punk ripped us off.
Hey.
Oh well. We could still relax and enjoy the music sober without our throat just like burning. You know what? You're right.
Oh.
We sit and listen to the Diet Sig album that Matt bought, which is catchy as hell. I look around the room again and see photos of Carmencita growing up. I spot a young woman with a huge smile in one of the pictures with the two. Aw. Who's that?
Oh, man.
Oh. That's Rosa. She was Carmencita's mother. She died when Carmencita was young. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Amanda lost Alex at a young age, too. I understand how hard that must have been. Oh! I just found out the name of my dead wife! Oh, her name was Alex. I didn't know that. I'm guessing that this is me trying to relate to another human being by saying that I also lost a partner. And her name was Alex. I look around again, spotting a framed gig poster hanging on the wall. On it, there's an illustration of Matt and Rosa surrounded by flowers. The cursive lettering reads, Stillness, the dancing of the tarragon. Looks like they played the Soundgarden over a decade ago. Were you two in a band together? Yeah. That was the reason I was touring so much when I was young. We traveled the whole country in this rinky-dink little van. It was hard to start, but once we started getting notoriety and seeing how much our songs meant to kids, it was just incredible. Wow. That seems like such a life some people only dream of.
Hey, dude.
It was. It was difficult at the same time. I couldn't have done it without someone by my side. Rosa and I knew that we couldn't do it forever. The long hours on the road, missing your family, sleeping in the van, all that stuff.
Hey.
So once she became pregnant with Carmencita, we put down our roots in our favorite town to play in. Right here. Since she was a kid, Rosa always had a dream to own a quiet little coffee shop. She died before it opened. I'm so sorry, man. Don't be. I'm not really sure what to say. I couldn't possibly count the number of times I told people the same thing after Alex died.
Hey.
Matt gets up and, to flip the record, next to the turntable I notice a dusty piano. Do you play? I'm out of practice. I used to jam on the keys back in the day. Oh yeah? I fronted the hottest 7-piece ska band that Eagle Rock Bay High School had to offer.
Hey.
No way. You had a ska phase? Phase? Oh, ska never dies. Except for Ska Communist Manifesto, who broke up after the senior talent show to pursue solo careers. Dude, that's so rad. Matt pulls out the piano bench.
Hey.
Give me some of that two-tone love. Oh, man. Let's see if I still got it.
Hey.
I sit down at the piano. I can play a little bit of piano, but my piano is put away in a box somewhere. Go with the classic, stick to your ska roots. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. I don't know if that's gonna land well. I'm gonna go with the ska. I'm gonna lean into it. Hey, I think I'm doing it. I'm playing ska. I'm playing ska on the piano. Wait, nope, that was just... I know Smoke on the Water. Matt, I have forgotten how to play. The Deep Purple is always appreciated, nonetheless. All right, buddy, can you top that? I shouldn't. Oh, come on. No. It's been a long time. Never too late to get back into it. Do I just drop it? Do I push? I really want to hear him play the piano, but this date has sucked so far. I'm an encouraging kind of fella. Never too late to go back into it. Drop it! Matt. You just sat through a butchered version of Deep Purple's Smoke on the Water. How much worse could it be? Matt stares at the piano for a second. Okay. Oh! Okay. Matt closes his eyes, runs the fingers over the keys, breathes in deep, starts playing a melody. If I didn't know that he hadn't played the piano in a long time, I would never have guessed it. Matt plays soft, sweet tune filled with emotion. I've never heard this one before. I wonder if this is one of his original works. He plays rhythmically, almost as if the rhythm flows through his fingertips. His fingers glide across the keys, seem to do things asynchronously, like a machine, working ever so perfectly in tandem. There's no music sheet in front of him, but somehow those chords meld together just right, and that melody on top, amazing. He splits between not just one keyboard, 2 keyboards, but a 3rd keyboard as well, seamlessly switching between levels as if he were a balloon floating through the ever-changing winds, a surfboard gliding over the waves as if naturally put there, following all the natural works of gravity itself. This is so cool.
Hey.
I just channeled the... as I said that, I was describing my father, who is also a musician and who also plays the keyboards, and watching that man play is... Dude, it's fucking amazing. Anyways. Matt finishes the song and finally opens his eyes. And he whips back that sick ponytail that he has. Just kidding. That's also my father. How was that? That was... amazing. Oh, it's nothing. Come on, man. No, come on, man. That was killer. Are you gonna pull that out for the open mic night? Come on, you have to. Dude. Oh, no. I never play at those. Well, why not? You're really good. My dad got his start at a battle of the bands. It's just, I just don't do it anymore. I just don't like being up there and alone. I mean, so many people stare at me. It just doesn't feel fun anymore. I can sense that Matt's getting uncomfortable at the thought of it. I won't push him any further. All right, man. But I just hope you know... I just hope that you know how beautiful your music is.
Hey.
Thanks.
Oh.
Matt and I sit and listen to more records until it gets late, and I decide that I need to get to bed. Matt walks me to my door.
Hey.
Let's never tell anyone about the oregano, okay? Deal! Wait, can I tell my doctor? I don't really know anything about the health effects of smoking oregano, and I think we'll be fine.
Hey.
Night, dude. I smile. Night. I am getting some devilishly good ideas for what Matt's cocktail is going to be. And I think it's going to be espresso-based, specifically with that whipper, because that was so good. Oh my god, it's so good. We're almost there. We're almost to the good martini. It's been sitting for a hot minute, so... I walk inside, and the house is dark, save for the sliver of light coming from beneath Amanda's door. Knock lightly on the door and enter Amanda's room, because I'm her father, goddammit! She's sitting at her desk with her camera, editing photos. Hey, Amanda. Amanda swivels around in her chair to face me. Face slumps down. What smells like a pizza parlor in here? What? Nothing. Nothing at all. So... What's up, daughter of mine? Dad, I'm hungry. Wait, no. Hi, hungry. No! I'm dead! And Amanda collapses on the floor. She is now dead. The game is over. I was taken to the jail because I murdered my daughter. I promised myself I never let it come to this. Sorry, kiddo. You set it up? I spiked it down. That's how volleyball works. You're a monster. Want some spaghetti? Yes, please. Absolutely. Amanda and I boil pasta, heat up the sauce in the pan. Well, I boil pasta and heat up sauce while Amanda watches. Despite my best efforts, I am not able to set it on fire. Oh. How was record collecting? It was great. Did you know that Matt used to play in a band? No way. Was he good? I don't know if the band was good, but he played some piano for me tonight. Don't tell anybody. And it was amazing. He played piano for you? Dude. Yeah. I brought it up that he should play at the open mic night that's happening in his coffee shop. He got a little weird about it. Understandably so. Hey, I saw a flyer for that. We should go. It's not too late to start a father-daughter punk band. Play a couple of tunes there, you know? Yeah, let me break up my glockenspiel. I think I only know hot cross buns. But we can work off of the chord progression. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Amanda and I have a nice dinner before she goes back to her room to do photography stuff, and I end up watching True Life. I'm a house hunter. They're staging an intervention for the house hunter, who is crying uncontrollably over the color of the walls. They know they can paint the walls of their house any color they want to. Right? That song is stuck in my head all night, though. You know, when I thought of the song Matt played, I did think of a song that my father plays on. It's good stuff.
Yeah, man, that was some great stuff out there.
I was way too high on the nug, as opposed to the nuggage. My grill dad was very, very bad.
You've got dads.
I do have some dads. You could say I do have dads. Actually, we could recover this. We could recover this. I see a message from Matt specifically. And I just noticed his profile picture does not have his glasses. But over here it does. Interesting. Oh, actually, Hugo's... Oh, nobody's wearing glasses in these photos. Huh. Interesting. Interesting little nuance. Hey, Cameron. What are your feelings about poker? Beyond hardly nowhere. That's the only time we're making that joke this stream. Poker? I hardly know her? Sorry. Ellipses. There it is. Well, good talk. Wait. I actually like poker. I just saw the joke and I had to take the shot. Seriously. Please, Matt. Lowercase. I'm a dad. I'm contractually obligated. Please don't judge me. No. I get that. Anyway, we've been playing weekly poker games and I figured I should send an invite your way. That sounds great. I love losing money. Cool, dude. See you soon. Lose that money? Let's go on another... Let's recover this. We're going to recover with Matt. There's so many opportunities to not screw this up. By winning, I guess. For all those drinking along, I'm going to grab some water. I'm filling straight on up to the top. Full-on cup of water. Don't forget to hydrate, my friends. Matt invited me over to poker night at Joseph's house. I put on my going out coat and I walk on over. Across the way, I spot Matt, who's walking over from his own house. He's got a case of beer under his arm. Ah, crap, I should have brought something. Y'all want espresso martinis? We got a good one. This is the good one. You want some of this? Coffee at 10 p.m.? That's the good one. Flavors are muted, but still balanced. Just tastes like espresso, oh my god. I should have brought something. Hey, man. Crap! I should have brought something, I say out loud. No worries, man. It's your first time. Just bring a full wallet. How long have you guys been at this for? Years, buddy. Just a nice way to keep in touch with the guys. It's never really high stakes. Just chilling out. Oh my god, look, it's all the guys. I have screwed one of them. And I kissed the other one. And I went to college with the other one. Can you guess which one is which? We pass through the fence enclosing Joseph's backyard. Craig, Brian, and Joseph hover over the patio, drinking beer and chatting. Robert sits in the corner, brooding, as usual. Robert's there too. I love that guy. Cameron, so glad you could make it. So am I. I'm psyched to take all your money. Just like old times. Craig's the resident shark. We prefer the term person who is good at poker. I'm well aware. Craig's always been suspiciously good at poker. Are you still as terrible as you were in college? Tell the truth, poker face. Hey, I wasn't terrible. I'm not bad at poker. I'm definitely good at poker. Everyone stares at me. Alright, maybe that was a little defensive. Okay, I'm bad at poker. There's no way you're as bad as Joseph. Joseph shrugs. This is basically my tithing. I'm giving back to the community. Plus, I'm happy to just sit here and eat all of Brian's snacks. Guess who brought pigs in a blanket? Not Craig. Hey, my chia seed and granola energy balls are just as delicious. Everybody shares a laugh. Ha! Ha! I tried. Let's just get this game going. We all take a seat at the table and Matt starts dealing cards. I do not have a deck. I gotta have a deck of cards somewhere. Hold on. Nah, it's irrelevant. I'd be digressing. Deck of cards. It's obvious that Craig is running the show here, clearly. Craig, how did you get so good at this? It's pretty easy. You just start getting a feel for everybody's tell. Like, Matt will scratch his ear. Hey, Brian adjusts his pants when he's trying to lie. Now, wait a second. And I think it just loudly announced to the whole room when you have a good time. And I think you just announced to the whole room when you have a good hand. Yeah, yep. Yeah, that's me. I have a good hand, right now. What's Joseph's tell? Everything. Literally everything. That man is an open book. He couldn't lie if he tried. Well, at least I have God on my side.
Oh.
See? You can't even say that with a straight face. What about Robert? Honestly, that man's an enigma. Robert raises his glass of whiskey to us in solemn salute. I think he'd wipe the floor with us if he actually tried. I'm just here because I enjoy the company.
Hey.
Robert pulls out his phone and he stares at it.
Hey.
Robert, is that a flip phone? Yeah.
Wow.
What? Are you a drug dealer now? Yeah. What do you need? Horse? Speed? Tijuana Johnny's?
Hey.
I can get you the street stuff easy. But if you're looking for something exotic or a designer that's maybe 72 hours and a favor called, maybe I won't need you today. Maybe I won't need you tomorrow. But someday? No, I don't really. I think I'm good. Right.
Hey.
But still, if you got the coin, I got the goods. I dropped my phone at the toilet. This is a backup until I can get it replaced under warranty. Everyone kind of murmurs their sympathies a little bit. We've all been in there. I have a fear of dropping my phone into the toilet, and so far, I have not. We go back to playing our poker. I really gotta stop eating those pigs in a blanket. Pigs in blankets? I don't really know. But they're very good. I think there might be cheese in them. Oof. I don't know if I got enough to raise you on this round. You can always bet your first board.
Nice.
If you think you can handle another one, be my guest. Brian and Hazel are a handful to say the least. Buddy, you think 3 kids is a handful? Try 4. I'm operating at 100% dad capacity at all times.
Oh.
Actually, it's technically 5. Christine saw a commercial for one of those dolls that poop and wouldn't stop asking for it. We ended up getting it for her birthday, but she's so grossed out by the fake baby poop that she makes me change its diapers. So now I'm changing the real baby and the fake baby.
Oh, yeah.
There's just a lot of poop in my household right now. Daisy got one of those a while back. Terrifying. The thought of phone falling out of the pocket, not near the toilet, of course. I sympathize with you, Annie. One night I walked in on her, not Annie, after she tried to take the doll apart to see how the poop mechanism worked, but then she couldn't put it back together and started crying. There was just poop everywhere. Fake poop, but still. That reminds me of... wait, do we all have poop doll stories? Everybody nods in agreement. Guys, I really don't need any more poop in my life than there is already. Can we just get back to the poker and, like, not talk about poop? Matt deals another hand, and we quickly and thankfully forget about the poop. We run out of pigs and blankets, so we switch over to Craig's healthy snack food. It actually isn't terrible. Those were chia seeds in there, I think. These kale chips are phenomenal. We should sell these at the coffee shop. It's my own recipe. I'd be happy to give it to you guys. I can see it now. Pierce the kale. Chips. Not pierce the veil. That's the joke.
Oh.
Pierce the Veil is a popular post-hardcore screamo band out of San Diego. We all look at Matt, confused. It's maybe not any of your wheelhouses. How's the shop nowadays? Busy as ever. I'm toying with the idea of hiring another person to work the counter, but I haven't found a good candidate. Apparently Pablo didn't get the position. If Amanda's looking for a summer gig, let me know. That's really nice of you. But I think she's been burned too badly by coffee shops before. Literally, not figuratively. Matt cocks his head to the side. I'll ask her, though. We get down to the final hand of the night, and it's Craig in the lead by a landslide. Joseph has long since lost all of his chips and is taken to tidying up, refusing any help from the rest of us, and Brian just deals us all cards. So what's it gonna take for Robert to give a damn about this round? Robert looks up from his half-empty glass of whiskey. Do you really want to unleash the beast? Well, now I'm curious. I got a long history of being a gambling man, but I'll only do it if you make it interesting. None of this penny chip nonsense. I got a Lily's 18-year shingle blend sitting in my closet right now. Was saving it for when River turns 21. I'm willing to pull it up as collateral.
Oh.
Now you're talking my language. He throws the keys to his truck on the table. She's seen better days, but she can still pull a tree trunk out of the ground. Nope. Myself and everyone else at the table immediately followed. We're not doing it. Deal the cards, Bry Guy. Are you guys sure you wanna...
You heard the man. Deal.
Brian deals the next round of cards. Craig stares daggers at Robert, who casually sips on his whiskey.
So, I know what you might be thinking. Robert puts his old workhorse up for grabs. His only mode of transportation. At times in his life, his only home. How could he be so sure of his abilities in gambling? I'll tell you right now, Craig. I wasn't always like this. I was a lot like you. Smart, talented, cocksure of my own luck. Great biceps. Oh, but it didn't last long, though. I lost everything in a game of Pow-Gow, in the back of a Shenzhen tea house on what I thought was the 30-day business trip. Everything. Gone. Clothes, money, identification. You name it. I woke up at a ditch near Shoshwake Park and had to make my life new from there. It took me 3 years to beg, borrow, steal my way back to American soil. Pai-Gow? Pai-Gow? I've been told it's a very good game. I agree with that, Brad. And in those 3 years, I saw the greatest depths of human fear, loved deeper than I ever had, and lost it all many times over. I've seen my own death, Craig. I know how to die. It's not like this. So let's make this more interesting.
Robert produces the deed to his house from his jacket and tosses it on the table.
All I have and all I am. Are you prepared to go the distance?
I don't know.
Craig wipes the sweat from his brow. Me too, dude. He studies Robert's face intently, searching for any sort of tell that he can find. Robert casually sips his whiskey. Again, coffee bean. I fold. Everyone erupts in absolute joy, laughter. I don't really know. Fine, fine. The whiskey's yours, dude.
And that's why you don't dance with the devil.
So what was it? Were you bluffing, or did you have the cards?
That's for me to take to the grave, fellas.
Next week, boys? Next week. You got it. I'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
Sure thing. I almost had a heart attack. Yeah, man, let's go play more poker. This has been very relaxing, and I sincerely doubt I will wake up in a cold sweat thinking about tonight. Keep working on that poker face, Cameron. We all say our goodbyes, and we head our separate ways. That was fun. I don't know if I got any good points with anybody.
You've got dads.
I do have dads. Let's do funny things with Matt. I honestly just kind of want to see him play music. If they have like a non-copyright track from Matt's music, I just kind of want to hear it. I'm really down for that. You know what they say? Hey, you know what they say? Going on a date with Matt for the third night in a row is commitment. Let's get him. I have no idea how long I'm going to be up tonight because I feel completely caffeinated right now. And I love it. And I just got coffee bean stuck in my teeth. There we go. We got it. Matt and I have spent a lot of time together lately. After we went record shopping the first time, it sort of became a weekly tradition for us to scope out Vinyl Fantasy VII for new releases. That's a reference to a video game. I know my video games. On quieter days, I'll go to the Coffee Spoon just to hang out with him. He's been trying to get me to branch out from my usual black coffee to try new drinks, and they're always delicious. He tried rapidly infusing coffee one time with a whipped cream whipper. It was awesome. Since I've been spending so much time with Matt, Carmencita, and Amanda, I've become really close friends. Amanda's taken Carmencita under her wing, teaching her about photography, helping her with homework, and introducing her to music that's just not boy bands. Well, she did end up taking her to one of those scream, cry, dancing boy concerts so Matt wouldn't have to go. A truly heroic move. I can tell that Carmencita is really looking up to her a lot, so it's great that Amanda's trying to be a good mentor. The open mic night is tonight. Amanda and I busy ourselves getting ready, and I try to pick out a nicer outfit than usual and pace around the room. A bunch of really cool bands are going to be playing, and I'm excited to see them. I haven't been to a show since the first time Matt and I hung out. It's weird. Ever since Matt played piano for me that one time, I've never been able to convince him to do it again. He's told me that he also plays guitar, drums, and even the trumpet. That's my instrument, the trumpet, but also my vocal cords. But he won't play any of them. Matt, in this case. For someone so passionate about music, it's kind of strange that he doesn't want to actually play it. You ready to go, Pops? I can hear Amanda in the hallway as she approaches my room. Yep. Amanda pops her head in and looks over. She pinches the bridge of her nose. Dad, we talked about this. What did I do? The sandals? They're older than I am. Vintage, some would argue. I thought you threw them out. Amanda, since when did you enroll in the Fashion Police Academy? I got kicked out because I was a loose cannon who didn't play by the rules. For example, you're not allowed to mix florals, but you totally can if you have a good eye for color. You're out of your jurisdiction, rookie. Amanda guards the door until I pick out a better outfit. Specifically sans sandals. Stop! Those sandals are going directly into the evidence locker. It's the trash. You can pry these sandals from my cold dead hands. I propose I'll let her have it. Fine. I reluctantly walk over to the trash in the kitchen, and These sandals... We've been through a lot together. I should say a few words. Let's take the bad martini. This is the bad martini. You carried me when no one else could, Sandals. You know, there's that old story about the footprints in the sand. And there was only one pair of footprints. That's when I was wearing you. Come on, Dad, we gotta go. I pour one out. Pour one out for the sandals. And for diluted, watered down coffee. R.I.P., my guy. R.I.P. I've never seen the coffee spoon so packed. I spot familiar faces from the pup concert, all sipping on their caffeinated beverages of choice. A couple of people are setting up on stage. I don't see Matt, but I'm sure he's busy in the back. Amanda and Carmencita find each other immediately and do their secret handshake. Some complicated clapping with the hands and then a big old hug at the end and maybe a little snapping. Cameron. I turn to see Hugo sitting at a table with none other than Damien. The two other folks that I haven't yet coitused with. Or at least began dating. I meant courting. Courted with. Well. I fancy seeing you two here. I am, as you know, a dedicated patron of the arts. It's a bit of a tradition between Damien and I now. Matt's open mic nights always seem to bring out the best talent in town. Sometimes it's a bit odd, even for my admittedly eclectic tastes. You guys seen Matt around? Yes, he was just helping that Pablo kid get some equipment out of his van. Whoa! Cross V Delta C Delta NT Veil Cross is playing a set? Question mark?
Oh.
What? It's Witch House. Damien's ears perk up. What is that? I don't really know. Well, it sounds delightful. Amanda says it isn't. Shame. Alright. I'm gonna go find Matt and see if he needs any help. And I walk away. I head to the back room of the Coffee Spoon where I find Matt going over some last-minute show details with Pablo. My dude. Pablo and I share a full-on, sincere bro hug it out. I'm glad you could make it, Cameron. Wouldn't miss it for the world, man. You guys need any help? I think we're all set, actually. Pablo, can you remind me what order people are going up in? Well, you got the handsome, unforgettable Cross V Delta C Delta NT Veil Cross, opening up the set with selections from his new album, Which Die Delta Rees. And then the third waves, who are all extremely attractive, could beat me up and I'd still be into it, or playing a 3-person acoustic set. You got a little bit of spoken word out there, a magic act, and then it looks like they're closing with Jonathan Jones and the Speakeasy Choir. No. Oh, absolutely not. I remember the ridiculous set that this band put on when they opened up for Pup. Sometimes when it's quiet, I can still hear the sound of an accordion being violently thrown against the wall over and over and over again. They weren't that bad? No. You don't understand. The last time they played open mic night, they lit their bassist on fire, and the fire marshal shut us down. They also refused to pay for their drinks. Yikes. They are not playing tonight.
Well, they're outside. All 17 of them.
Hey.
Tell them we're full. Then who's filling their spot?
I'll do it. I'll do it, Matt. I don't want to press you into it, but I really want to see you do it. No. I'm going to volunteer. I volunteer as tribute. I know you're weird about the music. I've pushed you once already, and I appreciate that. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll play. I'll do it. What are you doing?
What? What would you even do?
Stop talking. Close your mouth. The Ska Communist Manifesto is making a comeback solo show.
I thought you didn't know how to play anymore.
You don't know how to play anything anymore. Scott comes to you in the hour when you need him most, without fail. I definitely just heard a trumpet in the distance. Stop being so desperate to please your hot friend, Cameron. Come on, dude. Snap out of it. Is the keyboard around? Your unending thirst will be your ultimate downfall. Dude, same.
Yeah, I have one right here.
Then it's settled then.
Dude, are you sure?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. As sure as ska is generally played with staccato notes on the upbeat.
Well, as long as nothing gets set on fire, it can't possibly be worse than Jonathan Jones and the Speakeasy Choir. Matt grabs me by the shoulders and stares into my eyes. Thank you, Cameron. I owe you big time.
I'm gonna do music stuff again. I'm gonna sing a little ditty called... I settle back in my seat with Amanda and watch the show start. The house is packed now, with a few people even standing outside to watch. What have I gotten myself into? Amanda, I may have made a huge mistake.
Dad, if you bought a brand new pair of those sandals in hopes that I would be okay with you wearing them, I swear to God,
I agreed to pull out my ska. No, I can hear, I do hear a trumpet. Or, like, it's actually more trombone. I feel like it's a trombone. World on Fire. Oh my god, dude. There's a song called City on Fire from Oliver, the musical, and I hate it.
No, absolutely not.
I had to help Matt, this hot boy toy who plays music and smokes a weed. Legal.
Dad, I love you and I support you, but we left ska behind for a reason.
Look, it's either this or we're in the splash zone for a group of 20 musicians all crying at the same time for the sake of art, Amanda. And I'm not being hyperbolic about the whole splash zone thing. They literally hand out ponchos. Somehow this is the preferable option. I just have to play the thing. I have to.
Play what thing? You don't know how to play any instruments.
Just promise me you'll still love me after this?
I promise. But I may have to change my last name, and I hope you'll understand.
Of course. The WithAnX family name dies tonight.
My new last name is going to be Fireblast.
Amanda.
Or maybe Cold Steel.
Matt takes the stage to a roar of applause from the crowd. He grabs the mic and addresses us all. Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. Matt's so nervous. And I'm really nervous, too. I can't stop staring at his mouth. That makes me even more nervous. The way the goatee and the whole soap patch thing, it's like... Oh my god. We have a jam-packed roster of amazing local talent who you might already know, or maybe have seen before but would like to see again, and I'm rambling now. Caught myself early. Oh, Matt. So, let me just bring on a dear friend of mine who's making his live show debut. Please welcome to the stage... Cross V Delta C Delta NT Veil cross exclamation point. The crowd cheers again and Pablo bounds up on the stage. Beaming, he sets up his 2 laptops and a keyboard and launches into his set.
Thank you, everyone. This one is called Which House Never Dies, and you're next. Not dying.
Pablo hits the crowd with a heavy, inaccessible synth bass layered under drum samples and clips from science fiction shows played in reverse. It's maybe not the right show for this. but everyone seems to be enjoying whatever this is. And at the end of the song, Pablo jumps onto the microphone. Thank you all the veil wearers who came out tonight. And a portion of the crowd cheers. He has a fan base already? He has a name for the fan base? This is his first live show. You can buy t-shirts out of the trunk of my car after the show. Also, I'd like to thank my mom for coming out to watch me play. You're my rock, Ma. Get him, Ma! Shout it out there, Ma. Where are you? Where are the Ma's? Where's my Ma? Where's my mom? 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 I love you, honey! I love you too, Mom. Pablo plays a few more songs that are actually super fun to listen to. I definitely did not see that coming, especially after Amanda's strongly worded thoughts about the genre of witch house. And once he's done, he vacates the stage and Matt jumps back up again. Big round of applause for our very own Pablo, who coincidentally works here. Yay, Pablo. Get him, Pablo. And hey, next up are a group of young ladies who have been tearing up the East Coast with Riot Punk for three tiers now. Years. I meant years. 3 years. Sorry. Writing on my hand. Smudged because I'm sweating. I shouldn't have told you all I'm sweating. I'm sorry. Wow, he seems just as visibly nervous as I feel right now. Put your hands together for the third waves. Buzzcut Molly from Vinyl Fantasy 7 takes the stage, followed by 2 girls with colorful hair and fishnet stockings. All of them are wearing combat boots, and all of them look mad about something. Their set is so energetic that it's almost like the pit is gonna open up in the coffee shop. And I look over to Amanda, who's actually clearly enjoying the hell out of the anarchic, female-fronted punk rock. Dad, can I get a lip ring? Sure, if you pay for it yourself. Come on. It's no fun if it's not an act of youthful rebellion. After the third waves close out their set, a variety of acts play to the delight and sometimes horror of the crowd. The magician tries to turn a cup of coffee into a cup of coins, but ends up just spilling hot coffee all over himself and dropping the coins. As each act leaves the stage, I get more and more nervous. There's so many people here. I don't know anything about how to play the piano other than it has keys, and you have to touch the keys to make sounds. Also, I almost spilled the flat white stripes in my hand because it's trembling so much. I'm gonna guess that's a coffee. No joke, Dad. I'm rooting for you. You're gonna knock him dead. Thanks, Man and Panda. An improv comedy group takes the stage. They take suggestions from the crowd and end up doing a scene that was supposed to be about coffee, but instead turns into 5 minutes of dick jokes. Classic. I have a hard time laughing. My stomach is tying itself into knots. Flat white. That is basically what improv is. Dick jokes, starting from a prompt from the audience. Not just regular knots either, like the kind of knots you get when you throw your phone charger, headphones, and laptop charger into the same bag. Those kind of knots. Freaking messed up knots, yo. And then you try to pull them out because you're like, if I pull them all out, they'll all come out together. And then you wind up fraying the cables on the inside and the charger doesn't work and you're like, shit. And now I don't have a charger for the trip. I get it. Out of nowhere, Matt sits down next to me. Hey, are you doing okay? I'm totally fine. Everything is great. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. I'm totally fine. Everything's great. Nothing is wrong. Everything's great. I want to reassure him that I'm okay, but I just can't get the words out. Here.
Hey.
All right. Just making sure. I know you're going to do great, Cameron. Matt squeezes my shoulder and jogs back up onto the stage. Everybody. We're down to the last act of the night. Now, this person, who's my friend, is making their return to the stage after a long hiatus. Please welcome, formerly of the Communist Manifesto, Cameron with an X. Everyone cheers as I take the stage. Damien and Hugo are staring at me in the shock. Hey, everybody. Good to be here. Thanks for having me on. Great crowd. My name is Cameron with the X. But you can call me by my stage name. Five Iron Freddy! The crowd claps politely. I sit down at the piano. Wow. That's a lot of keys. That's so many keys. Do pianos usually have this many keys? It looks like there's like, oh my god, like 80 or something here. God, these lights are really bright. So many coughs. It's me. I guess that's some good stage banter. And now I have to play a song. This song is called Beam Me Up, Ska. Tia. How hard can it be? Oh god, it's a mini game. Oh my god, it's just keys. No matter how disastrous this is, I just have to make it through this whole song, and I'll have saved the day. Here goes nothing.
Tickle that ivory.
I'm gonna tickle the ivory like no ivory's ever been tickled before. 3, 2, 1, let's go for it. Please sing along. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it, ooh, ah. Singing that easy ska tune. Unity, watch us fill up the room. Rude boys coming for ya, take a warning. If you don't skunk tonight, it'll be alarming. Everybody ska, beam me up. Ska T, beam me up. Ska T, beam me up to the Ska Trek Enterprise. There are no lyrics here, but I'm improving. It's a piano solo, and I'm that was it. That was it. Yes. Yes. That was great. That was really good. That was really good. Don't forget to hydrate after fucking up the stage that much. I look up at the crowd. I see a bunch of people shifting in their seats. I'm losing them. Ska really is dead, and I killed it. Everybody ska, everybody ska, everybody ska. Like a checkerboard, tie-wearing angel descending from two-tone heaven, Matt walks on stage, playing the guitar. We lock eyes. He gives me a reassuring smile. The crowd go wild. To Matt's appearance on stage, everyone's bouncing around now. It fills me with renewed energy as we jumped into the chorus. Beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up, Scotty, to the Scott Trek Enterprise. Matt jumps into an improvised solo that is way better than the one Darren Springstead wrote in high school. We make it to the end of the song in one piece. The crowd goes wild. I'm moist with sweat, head to toe. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Matt Sella! The crowd practically screams in agony and excitation and awestruckness. They all start chanting Matt's name. Matt! 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 They want to hear you play, man. You gotta give it to the crowd.
Hey.
Matt smiles.
Hey.
It's very encouraging. I think I'm ready. Excuse myself from the stage and take my seat next to Amanda as Matt cozies up next to the microphone. I take back what I said about ska. That was pretty cool. I high five Amanda. Yes! And we look toward the stage. Hey, everybody. More cheers. Woo! Go, Matt. I haven't played in front of people in a long time, but it's cool to be back. This one goes out to a cool, good friend. Matt locks eyes with me. We both smile a little bit.
Hey.
Who helped me be able to do this again.
Hey.
Thank you.
Hey.
This is an old one from Stillness, the Dancing. And the entire crowd excitedly jumps up to their feet. They're excited. Matt closes his eyes, starts playing an upbeat, intricate melody. The crowd sways in time to the music. Matt looks entirely at peace, with a small smile on his face as he sings. After he finishes his song, the crowd insists on an encore. He ends up playing a few more tunes to an adoring audience before thanking everyone for coming out. The moment he steps off stage, he gets mobbed by people. Everyone seems to be amazed that he's playing again. Damien and Hugo thread their way through the crowd to talk to me.
Hey.
That was amazing. It was certainly a sight. Do they make industrial darkwave ska? I'm not too sure if that genre exists, but it's never too late to start a band. Apparently. I glance back over at Matt, who's hugging a bunch of people. They really seem excited to see him play.
Oh.
Well, yeah, he hasn't played since he lost Rosa. What?
Oh.
Oh, I didn't realize that. And it all suddenly makes sense why Matt was so reluctant to play. It must have taken so much for him to jump on stage with me just now. Wow. The crowd slowly filters out of the street as the show ends, and I decide to stick around a little longer to see if I can talk to Matt. Hey, I'm taking Carmencita to get ice cream. Is it okay if she sleeps over? We're gonna go paint our nails and start a punk band. Yeah, go have fun. Just please don't wake up the neighbors with any biting truths about the government. Or whatever, it's, very punky stuff. Don't worry, we'll wake them up figuratively instead. Amanda and Carmencita bump fists and head out. I spot Matt finishing up conversations with a couple of stragglers on their way out of the coffee shop. Hey, Matt!
Oh.
Hey, dude. Need help closing up?
Hey. Hey.
I'd love that. Yes! Vibe check. Matt and I stack up chairs and sweep the floor in silence. We carry the stage equipment back to Matt's van, where we see Pablo selling merch to a crowd of people out of his trunk. Shirts of the finest quality. Every step of production from thread to stitch overseen by yours truly. Graphic designs fit for a king. That kid's gonna go far.
Hey, yeah.
We head back into the coffee spoon, and Matt puts the finishing touches on closing. When we're all done, Matt and I lean up against the counter. Dude, thanks for saving me from myself up there.
Oh.
All in all, ended up being pretty cute.
Huh?
Plus, you protected us from Jonathan Jones and the Speakeasy Choir. Someone told me they tried to do a street performance down the road and they all got arrested for trying to form a human pyramid in traffic. Did it feel good to be on stage again?
Oh. Hey.
Yeah, it really did. I heard that you stopped playing after your wife died. I didn't realize that it had been that long. Yeah. Matt looks like he wants to say something, but is having a hard time getting it out.
Hey.
Takes a deep breath.
Oh, man.
I'm not really the people person. Obviously. Crowds make me nervous as all hell, and it's just not exactly the best for performing live music.
Oh, man.
But when I was with Rosa, she lit up a room. I could follow her lead. After she passed, I was lost. Even touching a guitar hurt too much. I tried playing for people over and over, but the music would never come out, so I just gave up. I guess what I'm trying to say is, life wasn't this scary when I had someone in my corner, someone I felt safe with. I hadn't felt like that for a long time. Until tonight. What changed?
Hey, dude.
You. Oh, that was awesome.
Oh.
When I saw you looking so scared on stage, you reminded me of myself, and I don't want anyone else to have to feel that bad.
Hey.
But when I got up there, I started playing, the first time in forever. I felt comfortable. I was having fun. I'd spent all this time being so afraid of performing that I forgot how much I loved it.
Hey.
Your strength gave me strength. Whether you were trying to or not, you got me out of my comfort zone. So, thank you.
Oh.
Thank you for helping me realize that I can do this. Hey, I'm glad I could help. You coming on stage? I didn't think you could stick your neck out for me like that. Especially considering all of this? That really means a lot to me, Matt.
Hey.
Well, you mean a lot to me. Matt and I lock eyes. He leans in and he kisses me. Quick and soft. He pulls away and covers his mouth a bit.
What?
Oh, God, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. Neither can I, but
Hey.
I'm glad you did. Ooh, our lips touch again. I brush his hair out of the way, and I rest my hand on the small of his back. Matt pulls me closer. Everything about him is so sweet and soft. His lips taste like vanilla, and he smells like coffee cake. I can feel him smile through the kiss, which makes me smile. He laughs into my mouth, and I can't help but kind of laugh a bit too. Our teeth are kind of knocking against each other. It's a very, oof, painful moment. The moment I open my eyes, I realize we're still leaning against the espresso. We're still leaning against the espresso machine. Maybe the coffee shop isn't the right place for this. Maybe you're right.
Hey.
Let's go back to my place. I think we did well. I think we did pretty good.
Never underestimate the power of a dream, Daddy.
I will never underestimate the power of a dream daddy ever again, thanks to that experience. Pretty good. That was so cute. Oh my god, I loved that. That was a really, really nice narrative. Oh, that was so cute, and it's so blissful. It fades to black. I like that. Be cool, Cameron. A minute walks to the door, and this is the same thing as usual. Let's do a good start. Fishy, fishy, fishy. Crab cake. Allergic to shellfish. Oh yeah. I'm gonna be sick. It's all the same stuff. In any case, we made our way to the barbecue again. That was so nice. Aw. That was so freaking cute. I love that so much. That was a lot more subtle than all the stuff with Joseph was. I like that. I also like, I like the whole musical scene stuff. That is also very, very close to home for me. Aw, that is really, really cute. Yeah, I grew up in a very, very musical household, so being able to see, like, the power of music just, like, expressed in a visual novel like that, I've never seen music expressed in a visual novel before. That was really, really cool. And, you know, if I were playing this on my own, I'm sure there were probably, like, other, like, songs that would play in the background, because this is on streamer safe mode, I believe. But that was really, really nice. And even, you know, even that one song, DSP by Pup, I believe it was, that's really good. I'm gonna have to try to find that on Spotify first. But after this mac and cheese, of course. Yo, Cameron, my dude! Pablo! How's the shirt business going? My bud, I got men's shirts, I got women's shirts, I got tank tops in a variety of shapes and sizes and colors. Each one of them of fine quality, screen printed with a logo and visage of a world-renowned witch house outfit, cross V Delta C Delta NT Veil cross. Purchasable at most respectable retailers. But more specifically, out of the trunk of my car. I'm also selling my mom's world-famous homemade babble butter. Never stop hustling, my man. Get him, Pablo. Baby, you got it. Cameron! All the usual stuff. You made it! I don't pass up a good Mac. Yeah, in this timeline, I don't like you. It's not bad. Don't let him bait you. Don't let him bait you. Hello, children. Where's the part where I get to have that wonderful embrace with my potential lover? Actually, I think we've established that the loving did in fact happen. That was really nice. I appreciate that. I love that narrative of getting close enough to somebody to become comfortable with the parts of yourself that you kind of locked away a little bit. That's a very compelling narrative.
Hey.
I really like that.
Oh.
Come on, Robert. Out of here. Let me talk to my beau. Damien, hello there. Iceboxes, Lucian, thank you. Amanda and Carmencita come on by. As I walk up, I can tell that they're already deep in conversation. Listen, it's like prison rules. First day of high school, you gotta establish yourself at the top of the pecking order. Really? No, just find a group of people that you like and then hang out with them. Be yourself. Don't worry about being cool. You'll find friends. And try not to kiss anyone who also has braces. You get stuck, kiddo. You know, when your braces and their you get the picture. Hey, guys! Hey, Amanda's dad! Carmencita here is getting ready for school. Got any advice? When you join band, pick the easiest instrument to carry. I'm still walking a little sideways from my sousaphone days. Flute it is. Alright, I'll leave you guys to it. Carmencita, me and Amanda's still on for dinner with you and your pops tomorrow? Yes, we're already planning a carrot cake for you guys. Oh, the carrot cake, that's the achievement that you get. I better keep making rounds. I leave the two to keep conspiring. As the party starts to wind down, I take a seat on our back porch step. The sun's setting, everyone seems to have eaten their fill. Amanda wanders over and sits down. Killer party. And this is the beautiful moment we exchange the whole little nothings. Let me get the picture as we usually do. It's a very heartfelt moment. We cry a little bit. Thank you, kid. I also I love the music of this. I wonder if this is on Spotify somewhere. I'd listen to this. This would go on my, I have a variety of different playlists. Who knew? But this one would probably go on my winding down playlist for like very calm moments. I take a sit next to Matt as the last guests make their way out of the party. Seems like Amanda really enjoyed this. Thanks for putting together such a nice surprise. Carmencita's middle school graduation is coming up in a year or two. I'm sure for the right fee, I could put something together. Only if I get a DJ. Matt looks down at his hands. It seems like he does that whenever he's trying to figure out the right words to say.
Oh, man.
Hey. I just wanted to say that. Gosh, this
I don't know if I should.
is gonna come out dumb no matter how I say it, so here goes.
Hey.
I haven't felt this happy in a long time.
Whoa. Hey.
You brought out the best in me. And it wasn't just because of the ska. Although that was really cute.
Hey.
Every moment that we've gotten to spend together since we've met has been an adventure, and I just hope we can keep doing that. We make a pretty good team, you know? I mean, I'll let you handle the music playing, and the music singing, and actually pretty much everything related to music. That's all you, man. But I can organize a party pretty well. I'm also good at kissing. That's a big plus.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, totally, Matt. That's true. You are very nice to kiss. I slide my arm around Matt, run my fingers through his hair a little bit, give him a small kiss on the cheek. He's giggling now.
Oh.
See? That was a good one. And hey, I've actually been working on some new stuff. Feels really great to be writing again. Oh man, Matt, that's amazing! I'd love to listen to it sometime. If you're comfortable sharing it with me. Maybe I could show you some new tunes I'm working on in the studio later. You know I'm gonna insist that when we add a horn section. Ska days, right? Matt rests his head on my shoulder and sighs happily. You know what? I actually like that. That was so precious. Oh, that was so precious. I really like that one. I really, really like that narrative there. It's just the whole... I can feel like I could really relate to that. Like, I got a lot of music in my life. I got a lot of anxiety myself. And just be able to get close to somebody that allows you to pop out of your shell, that hits really close to home. And my beautiful Disney queen has done that for me. Actually, a lot of... I would say not a single person in my life that I'm close with hasn't allowed me to better pop out of my shell a bit. And to everybody out there who knows that you have done that for me, thank you. You have my heartfelt thanks. And y'all are very important to me. Check out this picture of Matt. Did we get it? Yes! Open mic night. Oh, that's him at the open mic! Oh, it's awesome, dude! That is awesome! There's something about, like, I'm not even kidding, like, the way that angle is, it's the whole... When somebody's, like, into music, like, if you've never seen somebody just get into the music of into the zone of the music they're playing, it can do some interesting things. That was really cool. That was awesome. Wow, I love that story. I think this has been my favorite one so far. This has been my favorite one so far. I really, really enjoyed this. Wow, that was awesome. And I took down 3 entire espresso martinis, so I'm still very much awake, and I have a stream to finish. That was awesome. Wow. For everybody out there who stuck around until the bitter end, and by bitter this time, I mean the coffee side of things, thank you very, very much. This was a lot of fun. We've got, let's see, how are we doing so far? We have 3 more daddies to date, and every single one of them is going to have a cocktail made in their honor. We've dated Joseph, Brian, Robert, and Matt so far, so we're about at the halfway mark. There's still remaining Craig, Hugo, and Damien, of which we still need to kind of get into the gears of, get into the life of, and see what kind of inspiration we can pull from this. I've really enjoyed Dream Daddy so far. It's been a while since my last visual novel that I really, really got to get into, and it's not just because there's alcohol in my body, potentially significantly more as there was for previous streams, but I really like this one this time. This is really, really nice. This hit really home in terms of those anxious aspects and the music and stuff. And anyways, we made it to the very bitter end, and I'm very, very thankful for that. We'll be back again on Wednesday at 8 o'clock p.m., as we usually are. And we're going to, you know what? I'm just going to say it. I'm going to try to do Damien next. I got ideas for Damien. That'll be fun. I like that voice. And the butterfly thing was enticing. That was interesting. Just a reminder, if you're interested in some of the drinks that we do here, we do a drink every single stream at the very beginning, starting at 8 o'clock p.m. EST sharp. We'll start off with a recipe that will guide us the rest of the stream. And if you're interested in more cocktails, we also create cocktails inspired by characters, items, plot points, and other things from the video games that we play. And if you want to be there for the presentation of a drink for every single dad from Dream Daddy, follow me on one of these social medias. I think for the most part, I'm trying to get better at this. We put out an announcement on any one of those different platforms over there. The Discord server is the best place to be if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Or just like follow, if that's what you want to do. I'm not going to force you. This has been very nice so far, so I appreciate you being here. At the very least, it is a great pleasure. To everybody out there, if the moon is shining where you are, just like it is for me, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. Let the music flow through you as you guide away to your morning. If the sun is shining where you are and you're in a different time zone, then may you have a wonderful rest of your morning, dawn, evening, twilight, brunch, whatever it may be for you. If you're enjoying a libation, savor it, enjoy it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks everybody so much. Until then, y'all, I bid you adieu, farewell, and bye.